And welcome everybody to Nat1Fun. Voodoo Pond, right as soon as we get started. I hope you had a great week. I know I did. Man, we are on a hype train already, just getting started, Arth, with the 5 gift subs. Thank you so much. And with what the three or so resubs as well. Our the sub goal down there is wild because we have so many gift subs that are being given out throughout the month that there's no telling how many people are actually subbed to the channel. So thank you all for all the gift subs and everything like that. Don't forget that if we end up reaching 100 for whatever reason, I will be throwing together another one shot, and my wife will be involved as a player. So you can meet Queen Bee and play alongside her.
Ooh.
We are still raising money for trying to get to PAX U next week. Traley and I, my wife, we are going to be doing kind of like a subathon or a like raising funds to try and get over to PAX U. So if we don't reach that 500 today, next week you can join us for a long day of streaming that we will basically be trying to get as much funds as we possibly can to kind of fund the journey that it is to get to PAX U. It ain't cheap. So anyways, thank you guys for joining us today. Let's start off by saying thank you very much to Die Hard Dice for sponsoring us. We are Dice affiliates by proxy of Die Hard Dice. Thank you for the gift sub to Thanks Mash Hoopla. I appreciate it. The support. Die Hard Dice is supporting us this month. If you haven't already seen the the video that I put out for Die Hard Dice, go check it out on our YouTube. It kind of highlights the actual dice that we are sponsored with this month. If you haven't seen it before, it is a badass Dire D20. It is giant. 24 size comparison. See here, it is nearly twice the size. And it is a heavy rainbow-inspired die. So if you just type in Scorched Rainbow into Die Hard Dice, you'll find this bad boy right here. Do remember that it is the Dire D20 and not the Scorched Rainbow set that it is being. Hey, thank you guys so much for the level 2 hype train. So on top of that, you can type in Nat1, Nat, and then the number 1 into whenever you go to purchase something from Die Hard Dice, and you will save 15% during the holiday sale.
That's huge.
Yeah, this month and next month as well. That sale, that 15% off, if you do order the dice that I just showed you, will go towards helping Nat1Fun in the way of like we receive a small little kickback from Die Hard. You can also check out Die Hard's site right now. They're having a huge holiday sale, so they have stuff that usually go for like hundreds of dollars, where it's like a pack of like tons of dice all together, literally for like $90. And then on top of that, you can add that Nat1 code on there and save another 15%. So like literally, you could just have like a horde of dice for a pretty decent price. Anyways, go check them out if you haven't already. I would like to say that we are also doing another dice giveaway this month, and it just so happens to land on today. So, without further
Ooh.
ado, Ray, would you take us away, please?
Yeah. So,
Do the thing.
here's the problem.
Oh,
Long story short, I don't have the dice literally here where I can go, ooh,
oh, sure.
but we can give them away. They're at my place and not at this place. It is the Mer King dice from dnddice.com. It is a metal set, and it is iridescent and multicolored, and surprisingly enough, even though it was not planned this way, looks a little bit like the Scorched Rainbow Dire D20 that you can go onto Die Hard Dice and get. But today, we are giving away the D&D Dice metal set.
Mer King.
At,
it's on screen right now. So if you haven't seen it before, the way she described it. It is kind of similar to it. It has that like rainbow iridescent look. So I look forward to being able to give those out to a lucky subscriber of the channel. Don't forget, you do need to be subscribed to the channel to be able to enter to win these excellent dice. And good luck to everybody that does enter. And
Lucky.
and thank you, Ray.
Welcome.
Okay. On that note, um, let's see. Another announcement. Running Wild. Go check it out. RunningFeyWild.com is our website. You can see any updates and everything like that we have on our Twitter. You can check it out on uh, our Discord. You can also check out my new show coming out tomorrow. Our new show coming out tomorrow is called Nat1Fun, where I have a seat with 3 different creators within the D&D/TTRPG realm. Tomorrow's guest is going to be a very prolific writer within the TTRPG community. Let me see if I can find a picture that I can post up. I think I just froze everybody. Big oops. Hold on. I cannot find the picture that has like all the promotional stuff on it, but that's okay. I will just bring this one up. So you can catch me and this beautiful face here tomorrow. This is Anthony Joyce, creator of many things TTRPG, a prolific writer in on the DM's Guild, has been on many shows such as the Roll20 app, and uh, you can find his works all over the internet being played by a ton of people. His newest thing that he is coming out with soon is called Tenacious Bard versus Orcus. Hey, 13 months. There's a second one right there. Thank you, Ray. Tenacious Bard versus Orcus, which is coming out soon, which is a fucking awesome rock off tale between a bard and Orcus himself for for all the goods, for all the goodies. So catch us tomorrow, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about his military life. He is a current active duty member, and talk about a lot of other stuff as well. So catch us tomorrow. You can find us there at 9 p.m. Eastern. I know it's late, but you can also catch us. You can catch us that same day on YouTube. I'll be uploading it, and then the next day I will be uploading it as a podcast version soon after that. So lot of stuff coming down the line. You can also expect to see a lot of other awesome individuals on that show. So Nat1Fun, or I'm sorry, Nat1on1 coming at you live. Okay, a lot of announcements. I think one last announcement just to get us off the floor and get us started here. Allie, would you like to talk about your speaking of prolific ways? Would you like to talk about your dice making adventures?
Yes. So I'm actually in the process of kind of testing some materials, but I'm going to be making a set of Wisp themed dice thanks to y'all awesome people on our Discord. Thank you so much for participating in the polls. So they're going to be shimmery and they're going to have little floaty wisp bits in them. I'm so excited.
Fucking cool.
But that will be a future giveaway on the channel.
Yeah.
In
And
the
if you
future.
want to see the process, Allie posts a lot of pictures of the process of dice making and stuff like that on our Discord. So if you're at all interested in the process, or like kind of like the step by steps and stuff like that, Allie has been really good about posting pictures and descriptions and kind of like her process on building these things. And she has some awesome pictures that you guys need to check out. Real quick, can we talk
What
about
is
what's going
happening?
on? Can we talk about what's going on? Jolly with the 11 says, Nat1Fun crew, thank you so much thank you very much. I can't read. Thank you for such great entertainment these last 11 months. Can't wait to see what's up next. Awesome. Thank you very much for the sub. And then 2 gift subs from Pax coming in hot with a gift sub to Mr. Swift and a gift sub to Town Rush. And a Shiny with even a gift sub. Thank you very much, Shiny, to JD Iceman. Gosh, insane. Thank you all so much for the support. I really I think we've taken up enough of your time on this intro, guys. And we're a little bit late getting started. So, on that note, do you guys have anything else before we get started, team?
No.
Yes.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Allie, go first.
Okay, Alex.
Okay. I also forgot on the Discord, I put a link tree and it has my social media stuff on it. So you can also check me out there.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you say the name of your company or your
So I'm currently working on getting a store up and running. I'm kind of building a stock of things and I'm going to be posting on social media as I get closer to actually opening everything up. But the name of everything is Forbidden Fae Creations.
Forbidden Fae Creations? Heard it here first. Okay, so whenever she gets super famous and like starts making like dice for celebrities and shit like that, Forbidden Fae. Okay. Anyways, Trey, you had one thing before.
I didn't. I was just lying.
Okay, perfect.
I fucking knew it.
God damn it. And
That's why you let me
on
go
that
first.
note, let's go ahead and just roll the fucking intro. Here we go. So we're still waiting on his character. It's still not cool, Dan. We're still kind of waiting on character art for Trey's new character. So we'll figure it out here in a little bit. But anyways, until next time, right? All right. So last we left off, right? Winter's End takes a very solemn ride back to the mainland upon the back of Ongajuk, the magically enchanted sperm whale. During the 3-day journey, the team takes some time to mourn Abel's recent passing. Ongajuk takes them through some fantastical underwater landscapes before eventually reaching the ice and making landfall. The team thanks Ongajuk and walks across the ice towards the shore to discover that there's a small stone-made shed just a few feet inland that seems to have an active hearth in it. Upon cautiously entering, find there. But Olanu senses a presence within the cabin thanks to her recent blind fighting trading with Percy. Upon his discovery, a strange moon elf makes himself visible and introduces himself to the party. Strangely a big fan of Winter's End, he lets them know that he'd been searching for them for quite some time now, and is very excited to meet them in person. But all was not well, as Veleny was not trusting of this elf. He made it a show of wanting to just leave him behind as they continue their journey. Enough so that she tore the codicil of white in half, as well as firebolting it into oblivion, in order to make sure Arendelle never had the opportunity to lay eyes upon its pages. Obviously, this did not sit well at all with the party, as well as Arendelle, who states that knowledge is meant to be shared and not hoarded. Kinrava, furious at this point at the destruction of the book, turns to Veleny in the fight. Veleny is felled in a group effort, but ultimately by Grimly's axe off her head. The body is burned. The party, plus one moon elf, makes their way towards Tourmaline to say their final goodbyes to Abel and bury his remains. Once giving their final words, Grimly takes hold of Abel's ring and is immediately overtaken as this scene occurs.
Thank you, friend. Now rest.
As you hold on to the ring that is tied around your neck, basically, the tendrils of wood that surround the ring kind of slowly unfurl until they encapsulate your hand quickly. They wrap around your hand, and they wrap around your other hand as you grab onto it to try and pull it off. They wrap around both of your hands. Both of your hands are entangled in it, and you are blasted back 5 feet from your position, and you slide in the snow and come to a stop. And you all look, and you can see Grimly's eyes go completely white. Grimly, your vision goes blurry for a moment until you are surrounded by nothing but white around you. You look down and you can't even see a shadow underneath you. Unsettling, almost feeling like you're floating, and you look directly in front of you, and 6 feet in front of your face, a woman that is dressed with nothing but wood and bark across a naked body, looks at you, points her finger at you, and says, "Where is my father?" And that's where we'll end today's session.
Holy sh!
So, on that note, we pick back up. Okay. So, the figure stands in front of you, grimly, with finger pointed out in your direction. You can see this woman is covered in, tree bark and different areas, and also just like some floral accents, just staring off at you, eyes completely black, no irises or anything like that, just blackened eyes staring directly at you. The woman stands about 7.5 feet tall. And as she looks at you and points her finger out at you, you can tell that even though you can't see anything around you, it's all white. Suddenly, a huge burst of wind, cold wind, starts completely barraging your senses. And you are starting to be forced back. You have to place your hand in front of your face, begin to lose your footing, and start to slide backwards. Grimly, I need you to go ahead and give me a strength check for me, please.
That's
I'm sorry,
6.
a strength saving throw. So add your saving
That's
throw bonus to that.
a 9.
Okay.
Not a wisdom or charisma, Dan?
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. So the 9 means that you lose your footing and you literally go head over heels backwards, landing on your neck, having your entire armor weight crushed down upon you. You take 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jeez.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell.
Once you
Okay.
finally get hold and like grab onto just like literally nothing, you don't see anything, but you feel it. You grab hold onto the ground in front of you and finally kind of gather yourself, your neck aching from the last hit. She raises her hand in the air, causing a huge sharpened root to lift up behind her, and then she throws it directly in your direction. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Jesus. Okay, that's better. Dex save is 19.
19. The bark root that is the sharpened root that is heading directly in your direction just barely nicks the side of your face, causing like a red slice across your cheek as it flings directly behind you and disappears into the white. You can see this angers her. Her eyes, her eyes kind of furl, her brow furrows as she looks directly at you. She raises both hands this time. And when she raises both of these hands, a series of vines and roots underneath you start to wrap around you violently and quickly, taking you up about 10 feet into the air and starting to squeeze the air out of you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit. That's 14.
14.
No, wait.
Well,
It's even less than that.
okay.
12.
Okay. So with a 12, You feel like your ribs are about to snap. Your air is completely gone, and your eyes begin to narrow as like the blackness starts to come in coming in like from the sides. You start to get tunnel vision. You take 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
She takes a step forward as the vines and tendrils release you, slamming you into the ground. When she takes a step forward, she says something that you can't understand underneath her breath. But immediately around you, a swirl of dark smoke begins to crop up, and strange skulls that seem awkwardly familiar to you begin to propagate in and out. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
9.
9. The image gets to you, and you are assaulted mentally. Take 25 points of psychic damage.
All right.
Abel, where the fuck was your kid in our fights? Just saying.
This hurts a lot.
You are almost like terrified of the situation around you, and your head begins to pound. And you look at her as she literally calmly walks through the smoke towards you. Her visage begins to grow. And the once beautiful body of the woman in front of you now contorts and springs forth appendages made mostly of like wood and flesh into different directions. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Now you can make this one
fun.
at advantage.
That is a 23.
So the image of her like contorting in like these creepy, unearthly, like strange creatures, all in front of you, seems to not affect you. As you're still reeling back from all the skulls that surrounded you, you tend to like not pay attention exactly to what she's doing. Suddenly, her form begins to like come back down into her former self, and she literally walks up to you now in your paralyzed form. She leans down into your ear and just kind of puts her head side by side of yours. Your head unable to move, but your eyes kind of shifting in her direction as she whispers in your ear.
It was no one.
Um. Uh.
Wait, I didn't see who did that. Who did that?
Yotane.
Yotane.
What is it?
I missed it.
Was that
fuck?
5?
Yotane just donated
Yotane.
$500.
Right in the
Holy
middle
shit,
of my
dude.
scene.
Yotane says, "This is supposed to be for next week's stream as both my birthday gift to you and a thanks for the Saturday interview."
Aww.
Oh no. Oh no.
We going to
DM,
PAX, Dan?
DM broken. Aw. Thank you, Otane.
Thank you, Yotane.
What a champion.
Wow.
Oh.
Thank
Well, now
you,
I've got to run
Yotane.
my game tomorrow now. I don't have a choice.
Let's fucking go, Yotane.
Yotane.
Aw.
Shout out to
What a-
everybody, man, but damn.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just immediately.
I
This
used to
isn't gonna
have
work.
I used
Why-
to have
why
a
does
streaming
this happen?
sombrero that had holes on the top of it that allowed
Of
me to
course he
wear a
did.
headset and the sombrero at the
Dan,
same
put the
time.
headset on first and then put the sombrero on.
It doesn't work. The hole is
There-
small.
Mic on.
Oh no, mic is
Oh.
on now. and
Mic off.
It bumps into the. Okay, we can wear it like that.
Why-
Whatever.
why?
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Yotane, here's the deal. Okay? Here's the deal. Here's the deal. What the fuck? Yotane, that is an insane amount. Are you I will give you that money back. Are you fucking sure that you want to donate that much money? That is more money that has ever been you have literally crushed the most money I have ever received in my 10.5 years of streaming. That is the biggest donation. Are you sure? Fuck me.
Go to PAX.
Sue Gurley, yay. Welcome to chat. This is the most craziest thing. Nat1Fun just received a $500 donation. I'm literally fucking shaking right now.
Aw.
Okay.
Right in the middle of you, Dan killing me. You just
Yeah,
had
right in the
to-
middle of
Well,
one of my
anyways, Grimly's
characters
dead,
potentially
so
dying.
Fuck it. Whatever. I don't know what to say, Yotane. I don't know what to say. Give me some time to recuperate and really truly understand what the fuck just happened. And I'll get back to you because I'm on the verge of crying right now. So thank you. It is unfucking believable.
You deserve it, Dan.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
No. That is
You
just,
really do.
that is so much. Fuck. My God, I'm fucking shaking. So Grimly, as I was saying prior to this, she whispers into your
You
ear
die.
and she says a fucking horrifying, in a horrifying voice that makes no sense. It literally as if 2 or 3 vocals are coming out of her mouth at once. Some sort of holy, godly word spoken into your ear. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw. Heart. Now, let's not forget that
Oh.
Grimly has a
Oh,
plus
no.
9 to this save.
16.
Oh.
Shut the
Oh, no.
fuck up.
Was it
No.
Power
Oh,
Would Kill or
God.
something?
And
Like,
then we're
Oh,
gonna go to
God.
break.
With 6, yeah, let's go to break.
God
Let's
damn
go
it.
to break. With a 16, Grimly. With a 16. You are deafened, blinded, and completely stunned. You cannot speak, you cannot see, you cannot hear anything. The sounds of the winds that are blowing in your face, the sounds of the smoke and the skulls that are floating around you, and your heart beating in your body stops. Not the heart itself, but the sound of your beating heart that you could hear pumping blood through your ears completely stop. You feel completely incapacitated. But you can hear a voice within your head. The only thing that you can hear. The voice says in a very feminine voice, the woman clearly mid-20s, early 20s, mid-20s, speaks in your head, and she says, Father.
He's dead.
You could respond mentally. Because once you try to say the words, your mouth cannot speak. You respond
He's
with he's
dead.
dead. How happened?
He wanted to save you. Arl. Arl did it.
And what of the night? Did you end it? Did you stop this all? Was his death in vain?
I won't stop until it's over. I promised him.
Grimly.
Yes.
Your eyes start to flicker in and out, and all you see now are like the blurred edges of a body in front of you. And now, very like in and out of focus, as if your eyes were trying to find the correct distance, the object in front of you. Her face becomes very clear to you, about 6 to 8 inches away from your face. She begins to shrink down to your size, maybe a little bit taller. But she shrinks down, and she looks you in the face. All the visages, everything she had done before, gone. But with a very angry face, looks at you, says, "You will finish what he started. And you will end this plague upon the land. Death will not be in vain."
On my life. I promise.
Then I will help you grimly. He did once. You must take an oath in his name.
I swear on Abel.
Then raise up your hands. Feel your muscles that were extremely tight, so much so that you couldn't move, begin to release a little bit. Your arms kind of dangle to your sides.
I raise up my hands with the ring.
Raise your hands up, kind of placing them in front of your face towards her. She takes both of her hands and delicately places them upon yours. And then suddenly, coming out from the middle of her hand, a barb, almost as if like a thorn or like a rose thorn, but like 20 times as big, comes out of her palms and sticks straight through yours. You can literally see the thorn coming out the other side of your hand. It says, whoosh. We come back to the outside as we have basically almost everybody standing around or over Grimly. You could see Grimly's eyes had been whitened by whatever had occurred. You know, like the darkness of his eyes completely whitened over, and then suddenly his eyes come back. Now, of course, Grimly, you can see these figures above you, but they don't necessarily make sense at first. Theoden and Kin and Olanu and even the new member of your party standing above you currently. You all saw nothing. Grimly flew back 5 feet. You ran over to him, and like in 2 seconds, his eyes went white, and then suddenly, woof, again.
The hell?
Are you okay? What the
Yes.
hell was that?
Alright, from now on we're having a policy. Only 2 people at a time are gonna have white eyes.
Can,
I saw his daughter.
You saw whose daughter?
Abel's.
You look at your hands, and your hands are still gauntleted.
Um,
How is that
the rings,
possible?
the ring's no longer wrapping around my hands or anything. It's just in my hand.
Well, I would say because you got blasted back, the ring is like maybe a foot away from you, laying in the snow,
Yeah.
fucking Lord of the Rings style.
I'm gonna reach down and pick it up.
Yeah,
and
do.
put it over my neck.
You reach down and pick it up. The second you pick it up, you feel like an aura of like power coming.
Okay. Yes. So I'll start to put it around my neck. When I turn towards you guys, you see in my beard, wooden tendrils wrapped in between each hair and in my eyebrows and in through my reddish hair.
Yeah, it's kind of like if we had like a salt and pepper look, but if the salt was like wooden root.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's new.
Yeah, is that ring cursed?
Your hands
Or-
ache, like pumping blood, almost like you can feel like the heartbeat in the fingertips.
I swore an oath on Abel to his daughter that we would end this night, and then I raise my hand and summon for the first time Pinnacles of the Deep. Just testing it.
Okay, so you're just gonna go straight up, huh? All right. So Grimly, you like kind of sit up, and in a sitting position, that like pumping that you feel in your fingertips, you hold out your hand, and bursting out of the gauntlet on the palm are a bunch of tendrils that reach up your fingertips and down your arm all the way up to your elbow. And you take your arm and you raise it up into the air. The second you raise it up into the air, several feet from you, you all hear like a crackling of wood and earth, and sprouting up from the ground, a large tendril of wood, kind of like flipping back and forth like wooden vines as it flips back and forth looking for a target. Grimly's eyes have completely blackened.
That's not normal.
I'll close my hand and dispel it.
Yeah, you go woof, and when you close your hand, the tendril freezes in its space, and then starts to wither and die and crush to the ground.
I think there's much we don't know about Abel's family.
Kinrava's just going to turn towards Arendal and just say, do you have some strange sort of eye change and transformation in mind, or should I just, I'm just trying to take stock of what's going to happen next at this point.
I promised her that we would avenge Abel, and that will be my goal from here on. I hope you'll help me.
You guys are.
Abel means getting rid of the night.
Sorry.
Avenging Abel means getting rid of the night. So, yes. All the way until we kill that ice bitch herself.
You look at
Look
Grimly,
over at Arendal.
You look at Grimly, and Grimly has like a slash like across his cheek that he didn't have before, and he looks like hell. His hair's all ruffled and like looks tired.
So
How do
is
you
you
feel,
okay?
Grimly?
It's hard to explain. His daughter is furious, right? She kind of took it out on me.
About that, did he mention having a daughter? I thought...
His wife is at least pregnant.
Yeah.
That's true.
He talked to me about it.
So did a child do this to you?
Oh God, Grimly, did a child do this to you?
No, it was a full-grown woman. I can't explain it, but it was his daughter. I know that.
Has Grimly stood up yet?
Interesting.
Yeah, after I picked up the ring, I would have stood up and everything.
Okay.
And did all that.
I'm just gonna go over and cast Cure Wounds at the 3rd level.
Damn.
Because he looks like hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're super fucked up, right?
Yeah, I'm super fucked up.
It was
Are
Didn't
my
you
only
take like
conditions gone?
75
a lot
points
of
of
health
damage?
It was only 75.
It's
I
only
have
16 HP left.
75. Holy shit.
That's a lot.
As Leodin does that, I'm gonna do a similar thing. I'm gonna walk over, tap the head of my staff again to my head, and there's gonna be that necrotic veins that grow, and I'm gonna pull the little wisp of white energy and just slowly usher it towards him. I'm gonna cast life transference at 4th level.
Jeez.
24 points of healing.
Okay, 24 back from Cure Wounds. And
Okay.
let's watch as Arendelle kills himself.
This is probably the worst possible, like the worst roll I've ever had on 5d8.
Okay.
I got 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. So with a 4th level life transference, you get 20 hit points.
Fucking impressive.
Nice.
Now, how much damage do you take? You take triple that,
10.
right? Oh, I thought it was double or triple. I thought it was like you take more.
I take what I roll, and then he gets healed for double the damage that I
Oh,
take.
that's what it was. That's what it was. Okay. With an impressive heal coming out from both Leodin, Arendelle. Grimly, you feel at least a little bit better.
A little bit. I don't have any conditions left, though, do I? I can mark those off.
No, those were temporary for that moment.
Okay.
All right. I've
And
got a request.
bonus points to anybody who can decipher the spells that I actually cast during that. All right, carry on.
All right. I have a request now. When we set up camp for the night, or if we get to Bryn Shander, since it doesn't seem all that far away now, I'm going to personally check pretty much all of you except you, Arendelle, for curses or anything along those lines, because this is getting ridiculous.
Could you check me as well?
Yes, I'll check you as well then.
Thank you.
But this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, I know something about being related to a hybrid monster, but still.
I don't think you need to worry, Ken.
I wouldn't say that. If this isn't a concern,
Says the one with glowing white eyes.
Yeah. But I don't think that I have to worry about potentially giving
Hun. I'm a
Word?
drow.
to a worm.
I'm a drow, and I'm the one who's saying this is a bad thing.
Let's just go.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have
Arendelle.
any words to say?
Yes.
Say your piece, Leodin, and then I'll say mine.
I'll go back over to where we buried the bit of Abel, because I assume we're not near it. Well, we're not at it right now.
Yeah, you're just a few.
I will kneel down and lean over, and I whisper something at the grave, and then come back up and say, I don't know if you had any particular deity or religion that you followed, so I'm just going to try and do a little bit of all to make sure that you hear this wherever you are. May your passing be safe. May the boat ride over be smooth. May the waters not be choppy. When you get to the other side, let everyone who loves you be there, except for those on this side. And don't wait for us, because we don't plan on following so fast, but we will follow soon. We're going to miss you, Abel. Then she'll just stop there, and I'll just stay seated.
What are the rest of you doing?
When Leodin finishes, Kinrava's going to just raise up both of her hands and she's going to cast Fabricate. As she casts Fabricate, her hands are going to glow and a very large magic circle is going to appear before Leodin, 10 feet wide. And the buildings or any of the rubble, like the rock around us, are just going to slowly turn into dust and then begin to slowly swirl around into a small sort of whirlpool-like effect above Leodin's head. Then slowly it begins to come down and down into the magic circle like a funnel. And as it comes down, the magic circle slowly begins to also move upwards. And as it's starting to move upwards, the dust from the rock is actually solidifying back into rock again. And at the end of the 10 minutes it takes to actually cast, there's going to be a new statue of Abel right there in front of Leodin.
Very fucking cool. So, 3D printer-esque. Be this almost like a magic circle just leading up, and this awesome stone pillar of, like, I guess basic stone that the house was made makes itself up into Abel, and Abel is standing in a very kind of action pose, very like maybe a bow kind of like at the ready, or even more Abel kind of stoically standing there with like both hands on his swords on his hips and kind of just like looking up into the, and it's like perfectly fucking carved. It is the spitting image of Abel.
Alanu is going to step forward as well. When we first met, and throughout much of our travels together, I had thought you a coward. I questioned your devotion to actually ending the night. But with your last action, you proved me wrong. You were just as dedicated as I was, and your intentions were true. I am sorry that your life was ended this way, but I am happy to have known you. You will avenge your death and provide a safe environment for your family. Even though it seems like your daughter is a bit stronger than I think you gave her credit. Rest well.
Kinrava's then going to, after she finishes casting a spell and after Olanu's finished, she's going to speak up, but this time not to like the statue or anything, but to like the group itself, and just say, "This was a loss, but it isn't the loss. Us retreating from that island was not cowardice. Instead, this is a chance. And now, this is a chance we can use to fulfill his last wish. I know this may seem as if courage has been stolen from us, but I don't think that's what he would want. we need to keep going forwards.
Off in the distance, hear the sound of a faint howling coming from a pack of wolves that kind of are treading within the forest just outside of Term.
You ready?
Yes, let's start heading to Bryn Shander, please. All of this emotion is...
Yeah, you've
Arundel,
probably strained yourself.
will you be joining us?
To Bryn Shander, yes, I will.
Good, because I have some questions for you too.
Oh, I have a number of questions for you all as well when we have time. I do not want to press, though. I know that you all need some time.
Let's start heading out then. Are you ready, Leodin?
No, I don't think we have another idea. I don't think I have the time to sit here like I would. So, yeah, whatever.
I just walk up and I place my hand on her shoulder and then extend it out to help her up.
I take his hand and stand.
Now, for those that are just now catching us, a few episodes back, both Leodin and Olanu were blessed by the Frost Maiden. So both of them have basically white eyes, glowing, not glowing per se, but like white eyes that are stark difference from, of course, having a regular pupil in them. And they do not feel the wind blowing in their face. They do not feel any kind of hindrance from this freezing cold weather that is around them due to some sort of blessing that they incurred. You guys stand up. You begin making your way towards the south, leaving in wake the town of Tourmaline. All now that stands outside of the few branches and few pieces of wood that make it above the snow that has fallen over the many weeks that since you've been here last is the tall, standing statue of Abel. Make your way south towards Bryn Shander, and it's a couple hours that it takes Bryn Shander. Due to, luckily enough, Olanu's ability to kind of navigate quickly, make it there ahead of schedule. About an hour and a half. And you arrive to see same kind of shitty sight that you saw before when entering Bryn Shander from this direction. You see many of the posts that hold the half-eaten bodies of the sacrifices to Oriel that were laid out on the outskirts of Bryn Shander on the poles to freeze to death. You make your way back now past that point, and you can see Bryn Shander itself is in a state of repair. You took about a week or a 10-day prior to leaving to kind of help out and get things sorted before kind of going back onto your adventure. And now that it's been about 2 weeks, you can see that there are like scaffolding and things like that that are kind of being placed to help repair the walls and to help repair some of the buildings that were struck and destroyed by the dragon that attacked Pentown. One of the points that were attacked was the main entrance from the north. You come up to it, and it is a kind of haphazard set of scaffolding and everything like that that is set up. And you see kind of two guards that look to be basically conversing with each other. One is leaning up against the wall. One is talking to him with a spear in hand. And they can see you guys approaching from the north. And they immediately, as soon as they see like shadows approaching from the north, they enter a defensive stance. Halt! Who goes there?
Winter's End.
Your betters, now out of the way.
You can see one of them recognizes you and one of them doesn't, and the one that doesn't's kind of holding his pose, and the one that does takes his hand and just like places it on his shoulder and kind of pushes them to the side. You can see them saying something, but you can't hear it from this distance. And they tend to they kind of let down their guard as you approach. They don't say
She looks to
anything.
Leodin, who has the observant feat. What did that man just say about me?
Leodin, if you were paying attention, you would have seen one of the other guys kind of lean, the one that like held his hand against the other guy. They back off, she'll fucking kill you.
Nothing that you don't already know.
Fair enough.
I'll just, as we get closer, I'll just dismount my axe beak and let it run off.
Oh shit. I'm gonna cast Send In.
Oh? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Send In.
Okay. So, yeah, you dismount the axe beak, the golden axe beak, and the axe beak kind of looks at you and like takes its head and like balances it on your forehead for a moment, and then looks off into the distance and just runs out into the snow. For those that are watching, also, this is a summoned creature. This is not just like random creatures just running off into the snow. So, a desummoning of it.
I'm gonna cast Send In, and I'm gonna cast the message since it can go to animals. I'm gonna cast Send In to Kinrava's axe beak that, we kind of told to just vaguely go back to Bryn Shander on their own.
Yeah. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, so we just remembered you. Can you squawk if you're alive? Or I don't know, just make a noise or something, please.
You wait for like a couple seconds, and then you hear.
Oh, thank gods. Okay, so good news, our axe speaks are alive. I don't know if they got to Bryn Shander, but they're not dead.
Oh, that's good.
I just suddenly remembered them when Grimly got off his one, and, we really should have checked up on them now that I think about it. But, oh well. I'm sure they're fine.
As you guys are heading towards the gate or through the gate, you approach, and okay, so you shoot. So you guys approach, and I'm coming through the gate. One of the characters recognizes Arundel and says, Arundel, I see you found Winter's End. Welcome back.
Yes, it is magnificent. They are truly incredible. Thank you.
And as you're leaving, Leodin, you can hear a shuffling of like armor behind you, and do you turn around?
Yeah.
Okay. If you turn around and you look at them, you can see them exchanging money. One of them looks to be kind of like ugh, and like the other one seems to be like boasting.
I'll go back. So since you were betting on us, do I get a cut?
Roll a persuasion.
Hell
Yeah.
yes, Leodin. 37.
Not 37, but definitely a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? See if they can roll a nat 20. Yeah, I don't think a 5 will cut it. They look at you and they're like, "Hey, we weren't betting against you, ma'am. But if you are in need of money," and he holds out the money that he just was passed, and you look down at his hand and it's like 5 silver.
Oh, dear. So, no, I don't need money. You probably need money.
He's like, "We don't make a lot as guards."
I know, and I'll take a gold out and I'll say, drinks on me tonight. But next time,
They look at the gold, they're like, "Tonight? This is for like a week."
great. or go crazy tonight. Next time, maybe wait till we're out of earshot before completing the bet. And
You
then
just see
I'll.
like a look of horror on their faces.
Kinrava's going to slowly turn around with like her hair covering part of her face, so her like eyes are glowing as she goes, Leodin, were they betting against us?
No, I was just thanking them for watching the town, and I gave them drinking money.
One of the guards is just pointing at the other.
That's good.
You can see them like fighting now. They're like fighting each other. They're literally like pushing and like, no, you. And they just get into it while Leodin walks away.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, Sue girl. Oh, it's a host. Never mind. Thank you for the host. Even better. Anyways, yeah, you walk away. You make your way into Bryn Shander. Bryn Shander is being rebuilt. You see some houses are halfway kind of built up and others are completely destroyed. You do see the loving faces of children and stuff like that out and about. They seem a little bit less melancholy than when you had last left. And because of Leodin's efforts during the attack, I mean, there are still children around.
Wow, dark.
You all had your pulls during the fight. So luckily with her, she rolled great.
We sure did.
I
didn't
rolled
we?
the kids.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Abel and Grimly's rolls though. We won't talk.
Yeah. Grimly's rolls.
All right. I need to go to Town Hall to ask for some extra winter wear, since we seem to be going further north.
I don't really need. Yeah, I'm not cold anymore.
Don't worry, you'll need it.
Okay.
Okay. So where are you headed within Bryn
To the
Shander?
Town Hall right now.
Okay, I was gonna say because a lot of it's been destroyed. So okay, you guys make it to the town hall, and just outside of it, you can see that the town hall, as previously stated, some of it had been attacked. So like half of its roof is caved in, but you can see that it is still functional per se. As you walk inside, you still see that opening hallway that is met with like a couple desks, stuff like that. And inside, you see Trovis is currently working with Duvessa Shane. Haha, called that one. I was like, I didn't even have to look that one up. Anyways, Trovis is working with Duvessa Shane, and they are currently kind of like looking down at what looks to be like plans or some sort of paperwork. You walk in the door, allowing some of the snow and wind to kind of push in for a second. And you see Duvessa kind of looks up with a look of concern, not necessarily concern, but a look of like maybe bewilderment that you are here. What? Oh, return? Did you what happened?
We found the final path we need in order to end this whole current affair. We just need to make a quick supply stop before we head back out once more.
Yep. She kind of looks and just like starts nodding her head. You can see Trovis literally. He saw you come in. He put his eyes up and then put his eyes back down. Gathered up some paperwork and left and went into another room. And she looks up at you and she says, "Well, what is it that you need?"
Ideally, just some rations, a day in here just so we can set things up, and then a day indoors just so we can set a few things up. And I would require 3 new sets of heavy winter wear, since it seems we're going to be heading towards the Reghed Glacier.
Okay. You state what you needed to state, and then she kind of looks at you and says, "You are very low on rations. But perhaps I can provide you with the other things."
Oh, actually, never mind the rations. I just remembered that Olanu actually has that covered. So don't mind that. My mistake.
She
Apologies.
nods. She's like, "Okay." And she looks at the party and she says, "Where is Abel and Velany?"
Velany is no longer with us, and we lost Abel in the Ice Queen's tower.
You were in the Ice Queen's tower?
Yeah.
What?
Now you
We
see,
needed-
Velany wanted to lead us directly there.
She places both hands on the table in front of her. She, like, balls up her fist and... Damn it. Eleni was the only one that knew how to get into that place. What are you going to do now?
Well, now we know, one, where it is located. We made friends with a lovely whale. I didn't even know whales looked like that. Quite surprised. And we now actually know exactly where we need to go in order to end this miserable winter. As I said, we just need a few coats and a day's rest here, and then we'll be on our way there.
And she kind of leans around you and she says, Arendelle,
Yes.
were you able to learn anything more than what was read here?
Not entirely. The codicil was destroyed before I got a chance to peek at it.
By
Unfortunately.
Velany.
Kind of looks like with like her furrowed eyebrows. And she kind of is like, trusted her. Never should have trusted her.
Never trust a necromancer.
Never trust a woman from the Brotherhood.
He goes, the Brotherhood.
The Arcane Brotherhood, they're an order of fearmongers.
Oh, I know who the Arcane Brotherhood is. She never said she was part of the Arcane Brotherhood. She said she was part of some mages assembly that just south of Waterdeep.
This isn't the first time I've heard the name of this organization. The wizard that was executed... Refresh my memory. It wasn't East Haven that wizard got burnt at the stake, right?
It was.
Right, okay. It was either East Haven or Timberlane, I couldn't remember. But,
Dazan.
yes. The wizard that was executed in East Haven, Dazan, his spellbook mentioned the Arcane Brotherhood. I'm afraid I don't have much information about this because, well, I don't have much information about settlements out here on the surface. What exactly is this?
He kind of looks over at Arendelle.
Cool.
Do you...
So here's the thing.
Yes?
Arendelle knows a lot about the Arcane Brotherhood.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Sure.
Trayvon James Terry, on the other hand, has like a cursory knowledge.
Okay.
But Trey also has access to
level 1
Wikipedia.
commoner.
It's all right.
He does.
Trey also has access to a DM, so
True.
so sorry, I was gonna say Trey. Arendelle starts to go off about the Brotherhood in a short description, and he basically says that the Arcane Brotherhood is a cabal of powerful wizards that operates out of a host tower of the Arcane, a multi-spired structure that towers above Luskan. The Brotherhood's leadership consists of 5 renowned archmages who handpick their members, favoring wizards of great accomplishment. Every year, scores of wizards from across Faerun flock to the host tower of the Arcane in attempts to gain admittance into the Brotherhood. Nearly all candidates are dismissed out of hand, without so much as a test, feeding rumors that the Brotherhood's leaders are more interested in marking their own brand of exclusivity than finding new talent. Yet wizards seem willing to debase themselves regardless for admittance into the Brotherhood's grant access into the host tower's incredible libraries and magical lore. The Brotherhood themselves are basically what I had explained previously. Brotherhood is essentially a hoarding of knowledge. They do not care how they receive or how they gain such knowledge. They want to be the most powerful creatures on the face of the planet, and in doing so, they don't care how they get that knowledge. So if it means going to a place and paying for it, they'll pay for it if that's the easy way to go about it. If it means scouring, some old ruins to find ancient knowledge and having to delve through traps to get through it, they'll do that. If it means backstabbing somebody in order to gain the knowledge because they won't give it to them, they'll absolutely do that. So they have a very bad reputation of not really giving a shit about the rest of the world in terms of basically anything if it has anything to do with arcane knowledge.
Yeah, makes me think of the Council of Mages back in the Sorcière.
Hence why there was such a disconnect between Arendelle and her when they first met. Arendelle and her very much have opposing views on arcane knowledge.
I can see why you didn't want to let her get away.
Yeah. And why she wouldn't want us to travel with you to the point where she'd actually destroy the codicil.
This also makes me realize something else. The ghost we found had a spell book.
Yes.
Which means
They
Wizard.
were probably also with the Brotherhood.
we also found Dazan, who, according to his own book, was also a member. Granted, there's an awful lot of insults in here for a lot of people. I'm going to be honest, like 50% of this book is just nothing but insults.
Perhaps.
Then we also found Velany, another member. Have
That's
we
an awful lot
found
of them.
Have we found any other wizards or sorcerers or magic users apart from myself and our moon elf friend here in Icewind?
Only that tiefling that we saw in the
Yeah, we don't
castle.
really know what her allegiances are.
The spell
Would
that
we
she
count
used.
any of the people that were worshipping the devils?
Mm-hmm. She also used a spell that was fairly advanced. My father used to use it quite frequently, which means she was quite accomplished as a wizard in general as well. So there's a good chance that at the very least, there's one more member for them running around out there.
Well,
Potentially.
maybe we should find this room that we're in right now. You said there's a table and chairs?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit down at on one of the chairs at the table.
Air like wood creaks underneath your weight.
Maybe it would behoove us to ask that Professor Orb some questions.
Possibly, I'm not sure. I'll see
can
actually, that's a good idea. Kinrava will take
shed-
out the Professor Orb.
Maybe it can shed some light on members of the Order.
Yeah.
No,
We can see if
I'm
it
looking
has
at my
its own
notes. So
agenda.
I'm looking at my notes here. This is probably wrong, and I've got this written down wrong.
Okay.
But Velany called the Professor Orb Professor Skank? Or was it
Yeah.
something else?
Scant.
What was it again? Sorry, Dan?
Actually, it's Professor Skank now. No, it was Professor Scant. Skant.
Scant. Okay, let me just correct that in my notes. I don't know why that got written down.
I mean,
Professor Yotane Scant.
PhD.
All right, there we go. Sorry.
No, it's
sorry.
fine. That's actually pretty funny.
It's canon.
Okay.
Professor Scant, what can you tell us about the Arcane Brotherhood?
You can see like the orb kind of flicker to life. What is it that you wish to know?
Every single member. I'm just kidding.
Well, there's Jonathan. There's Samuel. There's Rula.
Please stop.
There's
What
Rula.
you were in Velony's possession for a while, did she travel with anyone other than those undead kobolds, which are creepy? But did she travel with anyone? Did she mention anyone else who might be on the same quest as her? Anything like that?
Well, when we first entered Icewind, we were part of a larger group of wizards.
Do you
know
remember
their
who was
names?
involved? Do you remember who they were?
Yes, of course. There was Zan. There was, let me check my notes here. Avarice. There was Nas. And Velony. I believe that was it.
Does the name Nas ring a bell with any of us?
Nas was the former owner of myself before you found me in the snow.
The ghost.
Ghost,
Gotcha.
yeah.
For the record, she had terrible spells. She was a terrible witch.
She was still in training, yes.
Oh, that explains it. But, that means that Avarice is still out there. May I just point out the fact that Velony made no mention of her traveling in a larger group when she first came?
Yeah, it wasn't until later we found out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what her motives were?
To find what was behind inside of the city of Yithrin.
Was she looking for anything specific back there?
No, they had heard of some sort of mythical power that had the ability to mess with either the weather or time itself. So there were possibly many spells and magical items that may be found within the city.
Items that we could possibly use against Auril.
Yes, but might be used against you as well.
Exactly.
Good point.
We're going to run into that tiefling at some point. She's still out there.
Yeah.
I have a question. Professor,
Yes.
do you happen to have any information on the creature that flies in the night, bringing the aurora?
Do you mean the winter gods or goddesses mount?
Her mount?
Apparently we do.
Do you speak of the ancient rock?
Ah,
That'll do it. That will do it.
yeah. That makes way more sense. Also
Hey.
terrifying.
Rock?
Yes, it's a large avian-like creature. Gigantic wings spread. Very sharp beak. Larger than any bird that you've probably ever seen.
Giants used to ride them into battle many ages ago.
Yes, but tales say, of course, that this one is twice, if not thrice, the size of a normal rock.
You know, I'm quite happy we didn't push our luck in that tower now.
Yeah. Although, who's to say that we would have had to fight both?
But
I do have a question. What exactly are you, Professor Scant?
Well, I'm just an orb, of course.
he's a sentient magical item.
I was once a great wizard myself,
There we go. That's what I was wondering.
but my soul and my knowledge was imparted upon this item.
Can I ask,
Professor.
Professor,
Oh,
were you ever part of the Arcane Brotherhood?
well, many years ago.
I am glad you are so forthcoming with your knowledge.
Well, imparting myself into this magical item may have had some effect.
Good.
Speaking of which,
Choice?
I'm sorry?
You have no choice but to answer.
Well, I am to impart my knowledge no matter what. It is more along the lines of, I'm a very useful book.
Do you know what was in the Codicilla White?
I do not know what was in it, no. Well, I lied because Bellini definitely spoke to me and imparted the wisdom to myself.
I also took a copy of the poem that she claimed would be a key.
Yes,
If we asked you to, would you be able to recite the knowledge that she imparted to you?
I can recite the knowledge, yes, but I cannot call upon its magical abilities. I am inert in that way.
I just shoot a glance towards Kenrava.
That reminds me then, Professor Scant.
Yes.
What is your areas of expertise?
Well, knowledge, of course. Just what do you mean, expertise? Do you mean like a certain school of magic?
You mentioned that you were very similar to a book, and every book has a subject matter.
I am but a recorder of such. Many bits of knowledge have been imparted to me, nothing specific. I would say that I probably hold more knowledge than any other book on these very select subjects, though. I do know much about the history of Netheril. I know quite a bit about vampirism and the traits of vampires. I do know a bit about the rituals surrounding the making, bottling, and drinking of Elverquist. And I do know a bit about ancient creatures and large mythical beings.
Kenrava, maybe you could spend some time with the professor tonight and write down everything he knows about the codicil.
Nobody would be able to hold that much knowledge.
Oh, you haven't met me, sweetie. But Arundel, would you also like...
Okay, no.
Would you like to help as well?
Certainly. Though I may have other plans. We'll see how the night takes me.
Speaking of which, have they brought out those coats I asked for any yet, by the way?
I was just listening to the professor. I can go get those coats for you.
Thank you.
He leaves the...
What other plans are you talking about?
Just conversing with the people, checking in, see how they're doing. I love speaking with people.
I can tell that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Of course. What would you like to know? I'll be as forthcoming as I possibly can.
Are you comfortable working in the company of a drow?
No.
Fair enough.
Though from what I've heard, you're a little different than your kin.
Where are you from?
I come from Silvery Moon, where I grew up. I studied many different libraries, namely the Vault of the Sages. And I am a traveler. I fancy myself a bit of a chronicler, a collector of stories and tales, and a reteller of those stories and tales.
Yes. the Chronicles of Ages. What did you specialize in?
Mostly arcane studies, ancient civilizations, and whatever my fancy took me to.
Yes, and that library is strictly lacking in knowledge. I'm sure you have much to learn.
Always more to learn, Professor Scant. Though I have many centuries to learn as much as possible.
And why exactly were you seeking us out?
From what I'd heard, your tale was one of... Well, I enjoyed your tale, and you seemed like heroes, and I just wanted to meet you in person, and that was that.
So now that you've met us, what are your goals?
Well, I was going to continue studying and looking for a way to leave this place. I've been trapped here, and I must go. I cannot stay in one place for too long. I begin to itch, and I need to travel, you see. I can't stay
Kinraba's
here for much
gaze
longer.
slowly looks to Leodin as he says this.
I've collected many stories here, and there's not many more for me to collect except for, of course, your stories.
Then why don't we
So-
strike a bargain?
Please elaborate.
How would you like to add exploring an ancient lost city to your stories?
It is why I came here, Kinrava. I was going to ask if I could tag along. I may be helpful to you in some small ways.
I think that would be wise, especially considering that we seem to be down one at the moment.
You're really good with magic and fighting. I've never seen that before.
It's a style that's kept close to the chest among certain circles. If you're interested, I could teach you. It would take years.
It's a bit of an elven art. We also practice it down in the Underdark.
You know, with
How
more...
long? Go for it.
Okay, I was gonna say, you know, with more knowledge, you wouldn't need the aspects of fighting. You could just...
Kinrava's going to pick up the orb and just put it back in her bag.
Wait, hold on.
Please carry on, Arindal.
Do you have any other questions?
I would be happy to have you with us on this trip.
I'd be happy
you
to
want to
join
come.
you all.
Excellent, then. Once they bring the coats out, then see if we can find a small residence just to take place in. Actually, we can probably head to the tavern and... Well, not the tavern, the inn, and take a room there for a night or two. Well, not two. For a night, and then we can head out in the morning. I just need to finish some work on this and also examine Velony's notes as well.
Is the inn still there?
That's a very good question.
So, as you kind of come to this conclusion, she walks back in, and she is currently holding kind of like a drove of different furs and stuff, and it looks to be kind of pretty, kind of like not necessarily the best. It is kind of light furs. It's not what you were expecting, like, you know, full-blown Arctic gear. And she kind of looks at you and she says, "All that's left."
This'll be fine. Thank you very much.
She kind of places it on the table in front. What is your next step?
Now, we take some time to just gather ourselves. Figure out if our axe speaks are here or not. You know, I never really asked where they were. I don't speak axe speak. But then afterwards we can head, ideally, straight to the glacier unless we have any other business to take care of.
I wanted to see if I could get, and she'll call Percy to her, something to help protect Percy.
Ah,
little
he's
bit.
grown.
Yeah. He's gotten stronger too.
Percy kind of just looks like puts his head up in the air and
Don't scratch him.
Well, for the time being, maybe we should head and get a room somewhere, a place to sleep tonight.
We should head to the inn.
Is it still standing?
he looks over at you and she goes, partially.
So long as there's at least 2 or 3 rooms left, we'll be fine.
She goes,
All right.
you might find something.
Thank you.
She goes, if worse comes to worse, you can head back here. There might be spare rooms, possibly, if I can maybe shift some stuff around. She looks up and you can kind of looking over at the part of the building that's collapsed down into this area.
Kinrava kind of glances at the door that Trova snuck his way out of briefly, and then is just like, we'll see.
You look over at the door that Trovis snuck out of, and the door closes completely. Second you look over.
This motherfucker.
Well, I have work to do immediately, so I'm going to head to the... Anyone want to join me?
I have some
Where are you
things I
going?
need to take care of.
The Bryn Shander Inn.
Yes. I have clothes to make.
Which is right here. Yep. So, the Northlook Inn, bringing it back to like one of the first episodes.
I was legit looking through my notes for that.
Sure. With
That's
owners.
where we met Leodin, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So actually,
Yeah.
the first 0.5
The
episode.
very first.
The 0.5 episode,
The
yeah.
0.5 episode, yep. Scram Sachs was the owner, just as a reminder. So you have Scram Sachs, and of course, what was the little boy's name? I'm trying to remember.
Shoot,
something
the
like
one that played
yeah,
bad.
it was something like Henry or something very, very.
It was very normal.
Hennessy.
Yeah, very normal. Fantasy. No, it was not. But please carry on. So you approach the building, and the building itself seems to have like a like if this building was more horizontal than it was tall, you see that the long beam that reached across it horizontally has tipped in like 45 degrees into the actual top of the building. But you do hear some clinging and clanging of metal and wood on the inside as you approach the door, and the door seems to be kind of like maybe a few inches open.
I will happily go in and look for the innkeeper.
The door is like slapping the wood slats like in the wind as you approach, and you open the door. When you open it, you can see inside there are several people working that look to be artisans within the city that are working to kind of place things back where they were. Pieces of wood have been moved to a corner, so like the whole area is clean. And there are some like ramshackle tables that have still made it through the attack and everything. And you hear the sound of like a chopping block back behind the counter.
She will happily walk to the counter and she's going to just yell out, "Innkeeper!"
Yeah, hold on.
He kind of walks out. Scram Sachs, the very rotund human that has currently a bit of fish blood on his apron, as he walks out with like a giant cleaver in his hand that has like a really cool like rake in it that kind of spiders up the side. And he approaches and just slams the cleaver down into the table, sticking it in. Like,
What? Hey! Oh! Kinrava! What'll it be?
Do you have any rooms available?
Are you serious?
Yes.
He looks up towards the staircase, and the staircase is covered in like a debris. He goes,
I'm sure you can find one up there.
You know what? I'm in too good of a mood today for that to bring me down. Thank you very much. How much is it for tonight?
Always free. Just make sure you clean up after yourself.
I'm not going to murder anyone in the room. Relax.
Not what I meant, but all right.
Thank you very much. This has been a wonderful day for me for the most part.
You can see him like lifting the cleaver up out of the table, like in front of you, and he onto the cleaver and starts cleaning it.
And he goes, well, where's the rest of the group?
I'm sure they'll be around soon enough.
They be staying with you?
Hopefully not in the same room I'm in. They tend to get a little bit uncomfortable with some of my magic, but I'm sure that there's a few I'm sure they'll come around.
He burps canonically.
He's like, hey, lead him around.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Don't look at her eyes. Oh, and I'm going to do you a favor. She cast prestidigitation on that thing he just spat on.
He just looks at it.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll see you when she gets here.
Thank you. And Kinra was going to go up the stairs.
He opens the door to the back and he just continues cleaving like the head off of a big fish.
Alright. So first thing I'm going to do is when I get to the room, I'm going to open up Velony's spell book.
Well, before we do that, let's go ahead
Yeah.
what's everybody else doing as you all kind of like arrive to the outside of the building?
Grimly, what were you going to try to do?
First, I'm going to head to the armory and see if I can get some things, and then I might stop by the church, see if they need any help over there for the time being.
This is the town with the really shit armory, isn't it?
Sure is.
Damn it.
Darn the hammer, my friends.
Black
The black
iron
iron
blades.
blade.
Darn the hammer.
Where it
and
all
his
started.
lovely wife, Elza.
As much as I dislike the
Garn?
blades and Garn, I think he may be useful in making some sort of armor for Percy.
Well, I could probably help with that as well, if you need
Oh, yes.
some assistance.
It would need to be light enough to not inhibit his ability to fly, but to kind of protect the vital areas.
Well, I think that my old heavy armor set is probably in the bag of holding at this point. Maybe we could use that.
Probably a little too heavy. I was thinking maybe something made out of leather. Just enough to prevent major injuries, but not enough to make him not be able to fly.
Right. Yeah, we'll see if Garn has anything. Don't get your hopes up, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You guys are all on the outside, and Olanu and Grimly, you guys separate, going towards, I'm assuming going towards Black Iron Blades, yes? Leodin,
Sure.
what are you doing currently?
I did not go to the inn. Sorry.
Yes, no
Should have
problem.
mentioned that. I'm
We'll
just
say you're
going
talking along the
to
way.
find a tree and
Okay.
sit down and take my blanket and be there.
Okay.
If Cuckoo is
so
there, cool. If not, that is just what she's doing.
yeah, no problem. So it takes a while to find a tree within the area. There is literally like no place outside of Lonelywood or Tourmaline that has like these naturally growing trees. But But you find a location that looks to have been placed recently. A large tree next to a building has been transplanted. No pun intended. But you see that it is placed in the ground, and you are able to. It is a tree that is not like grandiose in any form of the manner, but it is a tree that is located here within Bryn Shander. And you do obviously you have Cuckoo just following behind.
Okay.
All right, Arundel, what are you doing?
So I'm by myself now, right?
Not really. I mean, during the walk, you could have either followed Theoden, Kin, or even Olanu and Grim.
Okay.
Up
So
to
as
you.
people have started branching off, and then Leoden leaves without really saying much to Arundel. I'm gonna try and find where they're keeping any like injured people,
Okay.
like an infirmary or anything.
You can ask
Probably the
around.
church.
Yep, you can ask around, but you'd find out that it would definitely be held within the church, which is the House of the Morning Lord. They kind of point you towards. Of course, doing your research and being here before, you know exactly where it's.
Yeah. So I'll head there.
All right. Let's kind of go around in a circle here. Kin, we'll go ahead and start with you. What did you want to do within your room? You make your way up the stairs, and you have to like literally like move boards and stuff like that out of the way. And you find a door that's like haphazardly stuck on its frame, but you yank it open. You make your way into the room, and just a little bit of the roof is damaged, but for the most part, this room is still intact.
All right. So first of all, she is going to take out her Evelini spellbook.
Yep.
And her new shardling covered spellbook.
Yes, that's right.
And she is going to transfer Asher into Velini's spellbook.
Okay. So Asher starts to like crawl out like in his inky form, like from one book to another. And his form touches the cover of your book, the Charlatan cover. And you see his form begin to suck down into the Charlatan cover. And then it like begins to pull and kind of get like sporadic and like kind of freaks out and flickers and everything like that. And then you suddenly see it like jump out of the book and become a solid form directly in front of you. And it is like, the inky form or whatever, but it is holding its vestigial hand, if you will, as it looks over at you.
What did you make it out of?
Shardolin, a crystal that apparently is quite effective at channeling magic.
He kind of like tilts his head in like this weird goopy form and looks over at it.
Do you know its full potential, Master?
I have a small idea, unfortunately not too much.
Kind of like just slinks over back towards you, kind of keeping his distance from the book now, and then into Valini's book.
All right, and then once he's done like soaking up all of the magical inkiness goodness, I transfer him back into my one then.
Okay. How long would that take with your scrolls? All the spells
With
and everything?
scrolls, it's like once per short rest, so the whole thing will take about an hour.
Okay, so we'll say that you are currently doing that for the hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So we make our way over to the Black Iron Blades. You guys come to the outskirts, and suddenly you realize the Black Iron Blades looks completely untouched. The area around it may be a little bit destroyed, but other than the fact that there might be some scorch marks in front of the building, and maybe some downed like pieces of rubble that have kind of clumped up on the side due to a house next to it going down, Black Iron Blades is essentially untouched. And you can hear like the pinging of metal yet again on the inside.
I just walk up and look at the sign that hung outside and kind of knock the snow off of it. and then make my way in.
You hit it and like knock the snow off. The snow comes off, and then the sign.
Good.
This is gonna be
Just kind
awkward.
of haphazardly lean the sign back up against the wall and walk in.
It falls down like a couple times as you're trying to like do it, and just finally just set it like and let go, and it stays where it's at. You walk in, and you can see Garn is currently shirtless, standing in front of the hearth, sweating as he's currently working on what looks to be either a sword or a pike of some sort.
Just kind of take a moment to look across the room and remember the first night we all met.
Yeah. Without looking at you, he goes, "Whippers are on the wall if you want them."
Oh, Garn.
He like
I hope they're at a
stops-
decent price.
He stops hammering when he hears the voice, "Hello, Garn." He stops hammering and like his back kind of straightens up, and he slowly turns, and he looks over at you and he goes, "Olana." I mean, Ice Heart. As he like, he's like, "I'm sorry.
It's all right.
What
We're
brings you
wondering
back?"
Well, I'm not looking for work, if that's what you're wondering.
It's much work to be had here.
I was wondering if you have any experience with crafting armor for beasts.
I've made armor for a lot of the axe beaks that are around here.
Okay, this will be slightly different, and she calls Percy forward.
And he looks over and he goes,
Oh, he's grown.
Yeah. He's quite the little warrior, too. But, he needs a little bit of protection.
shirtless. He kind of just walks over, like covered in sweat, and like kneels down and like starts to pet Percy's head.
And he goes, oh, he's a tough one, ain't he?
He really is.
He leans back up. He goes,
Before you get any
Grimway.
ideas, Garn,
Yeah.
you as well. I'm looking up at his wall. He said on the weapons on the wall. Is there a bow?
you look around and you kind of take a second, and there is no bow in here. But you know, this is just half the shop.
Right. I'm looking for a bow, Garn.
Oi. Then you need to speak with me wife.
She in the back.
Aye?
All right. I'm gonna head back there.
What
Help
kind
her
of,
out.
What kind of armor are you seeking for Percy?
I wanted something that would help protect him but not inhibit his ability to fly.
Oh. So not metal.
Probably not unless you happen to have strange magical metal that's super light.
Oh, sure, let me just go back to the back and grab my strange metal. No, I don't. Yeah. You need to speak with me wife again.
Okay.
Alanu, there's some
yeah.
leather over here. I walk back.
Yeah, you're like halfway in and out of the back door. There's like that door that separates the two shops. And you walk back there, and Garn, you can see like he smiles and he does like he kind of rubs the top of Percy's head like really fast and hard real quick as he stands up and grabs his hammer off the bench and begins to pound on the pound back onto the anvil.
Arn,
Aye?
I don't know if you heard, but Ian died when we were in East Haven.
And he kind of like, he stops hammering for a second. He goes,
It's a shame. He's a good courier.
Yeah. A terrible thief.
Sure.
But I thought you should know.
Lost a lot of people recently.
Yeah.
Shame he was one of them. We'll just say, be it lucky that he didn't see the whole town go down, though.
That's fair. That is fair. Anyway, it's good to see you.
Aye, you too, Iceheart.
And she'll
You
walk over
will.
the back with Grimly.
You too.
Grimly, you currently are kind of like browsing the wares. You see several bows up on the wall, as well as some other components, some hiking gear and some leather-bound things that are like for pouches or holding stuff, or even for holding like potions. It's mostly like accessories and goodies. But you also do see small bits of leather, like leather bracers, and you leather. Some like leather, what are they called? Like shin guards and stuff like that. Some small leather pieces that it looks like she's been working on. And as soon as you enter inside of there, she looks to be like, all you do is catch like a big old face full of her butt as she's like bent over next to the bench, and she's up on a ladder. So you like turn over and see just like a face full of her round butt, and she turns around and she goes, "Whoa, I didn't know we were having customers."
It's good to see you again.
Hey, back to you, Grimly.
I'm looking for maybe a handguard for archery and a short bow.
Hey, we have armed guards and bows for you. Are you looking for anything particular?
Well, you know how it is for a dwarf in battle.
Aye,
I just need something for range,
sure.
Uh,
Well, you have your pick of the litter. There are 3 bows here, if you'd like to take a look.
What am I looking at?
Well, 2 of the bows look to be just regular wooden bows that are haphazardly put together with some carved wood. The wood itself is exquisite. It looks to be carved with like dwarven runes. There are some wonderfully carved inset gems on like the hand piece, like right above where the hand would be. But they look to be kind of just shunted and short. But you will see that there is a very strange and or cool looking bow next to it. This one, she says, these 2 I crafted myself. And this one we found out in the snow after the attack.
I'll just kind of like pick it up and examine it.
You look at it, and it looks to have the accents like on the ends, like each end of the bow itself, the wooden part of the bow, has the accents of dragon heads in a like kind of like a roaring form. The rest of it has like runes that look to be. Do you know Draconic?
No. Celestial and Dwarvish. So.
You don't know what it says, but it is written in a language that you've probably seen before within this adventure, but you couldn't remember.
And just pick it up and kind of like tug on it and see if
you tug on it. It has a like a really long draw. You feel like you could probably use this as a long bow.
I just look back at Alanu. What do you think?
It looks. Yeah, sorry. Wait a minute. It'll go away.
What happened?
How's the bow going? Thum.
Oh, did you hit the mic?
No, there's a really loud noise in the background. I don't know if anyone else heard it.
I missed it.
Okay, good. Hey, there's Zetraconic. And Alana's actually going to look at the end of the bow to try and see if she can read the runes.
Okay. I need you to roll a d10 for me.
Oh, interesting.
10. I was like, which one's 10? 6.
Plus 6. That means.
Pretty good.
Woo. Okay. So the dragon, the dragons that you see aren't like your basic like red dragons or green dragons that you see that are very like iconic in shape and form. The dragons that you see are much more like lizard-like, with really beady eyes, like slants. You see horns that come out that are shaped almost like a tiefling's horns, kind of like bent backwards and upwards and stuff like that. But the snout is like long and skinny. You read the lining, or you read the script on the side of the bow, and on the script itself, it says, "Life is meaningless, and the souls of the damned will be ours."
Oh, creepy.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice, isn't it?
I mean, you know what Kenrava was saying about cursed items or cursed people? I mean, maybe this is an amazing item, but maybe also it's cursed.
Well, if it's cursed, I don't want it. What is it?
Well, it says life is meaningless and the souls of the damned. Sorry, what was the last word?
Will be ours.
Will be ours.
Well, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Kind of wicked.
She kind of looks at you and she goes, "I'll give you a discount."
What do you think?
He says,
I'm just gonna
you kind of
pull out.
She leans over to Grimly, and she goes, "Oh, big ol' sneeze. Nice." She looks over to Grimly and she goes,
Ready for that?
"Is it magical?"
I have no idea. I'll tell you what. I just pull out 15 gold.
She looks and she goes,
Wait.
"Well, hold on. Is that item magical?"
We don't
I just
know.
look at Alano.
But
And she goes, "Well, hold on. If it's magical, we need to figure that out first. And then once we do, then we can decide on a price together."
Okay. However, this is still a potentially cursed item. We don't know that.
Darn! Darn! The hammering stops in the other room. "Hey, what is it, woman? Get in here!" He just stumbles into the room. "What? What is it?" "They found this bow here and said it might be magical."
That it might be cursed.
"Cursed? In what way?"
Well, the writing on it says life is meaningless and the souls of the damned will be ours. Which seems rather ominous. It could just be necromancy, or it could be a cursed item.
I'll just set the bow on the counter.
Yeah, you set the bow on the counter and Garn picks it up and he starts like looking at it. He's being very like careful with it. He's like holding it up and just like looking at it. And he goes, "Well, if it is magical, I need to figure it out first. Maybe come back later and we'll decide if it's magical or not. Unless you have a way
Could I bring Kin back so that she can inspect it?
Is she still around?"
Hold on.
She is.
How much do you want for it if it is magical?
You see a smile kind of creep across both of their faces and like, "Well, if it is magical," and they start to like, they turn around and they start like conversing with each other. "Well, because it's you."
Mm-hmm.
1,000 gold pieces.
You're
Right.
You
funny.
see their smiles. When you start laughing, you see their smiles like go from a smile to like a serious face.
In case you hadn't realized, this is still, Icewind, and,
Aye, there's still a functioning economics here.
Fair enough.
Are you serious? Have you looked outside?
Find a time.
They're still the same. Find out if it's magical. Maybe we'll come back with Kinrava so we can make sure that what you say is true.
You see, he's just like inspecting the bow as you're talking to him, and he goes,
Those other bows on the wall if you want one.
Sure.
Anyway.
and they're short bows, and the short bows, they go for regular short bow price, which I think is like, I don't know, something silver, I assume. So we'll figure it out here in a second.
Sure. Well,
15 silver.
Thank you very much. 15 silver.
Would
the
you be able
meantime-
to fashion some sort of armor for Percy? She'll call Percy forward. He's growing quite a
Oh,
bit.
Percy?
And she looks over at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We could try to do something for him.
Yeah. It would need to be light enough to prevent him from, as to not prevent him from flying.
She picks up one of his wings with like pinching her fingers on it and just like lifts it up. Percy kind of like backs off a little bit, like, leave me alone.
I give him the, like, hey, just calm down.
Yeah. And she goes,
Oh, yeah, of course we can. It'll take some time, though.
How long do you think?
Give me a couple days.
I don't know that we have that long.
she kind of like, roll a persuasion.
Oh, wait, no, that's...
right, Shiny.
Okay.
They're my favorite.
Me too.
Okay, that's an 8.
An 8? It goes, I might be able to call in some favors and get it done in maybe a day, but that's it. That's as soon as I could have it to you.
That would be amazing, actually. That's exactly my timeline.
He goes,
Would you need...
no promises that it'll all be done in a day, but, oh, right?
Okay.
I am going to need some gold to line some pockets in order for us to, get them to help.
Yes, actually. So we're gonna go grab Kinrava because we need that magical to find out if that thing is magical.
Aye.
But then we can be right back with down payment.
Okay. Well,
I'll just set
how about this? You
the
get your
15 gold that I already had on the table
well,
as the down payment.
okay. Why don't you get your pockets in alignment and go get Kin, and then we'll finish this up. We'll finish our transaction.
Okay. Thank you, Grimly. I'll get you back as soon as we actually split up our funds.
Yeah, it's no use to me at the moment, so no big deal.
Okay. So you guys take off and leave Garn and old girl, what's her name? Elza's shop, the Black Iron Blades, and we pan over to a break. We're gonna go on break before we pan over.
Sweet, so we can actually talk about money.
So you can talk about money. Yeah, sure.
Would
Uh,
do you
You
do
say
you want
so-
to know how much a short bow actually costs? It's kind of ridiculous.
How much does a short bow actually cost?
It's 25 gold.
Yeah,
short
longbow is
bow. Or a
50 gold.
short bow.
I spent
Oh,
all of my
shit.
money before we left.
I've been
to get a
undercharging my
longbow.
players in my game.
Well,
I need to do
thanks,
this
Seth.
now.
It should be 15 silver. I agree, Seth. Why is
But,
it 25
they-
gold for
they
a
are-
short bow?
Okay, they're not dumb when it comes to finances. They'll overcharge you if not undercharged. So that bow that is 25 gold pieces is 25 gold pieces, not 15 silver. So Just
Fair enough.
heads up. Just heads up. Okay, so as we go on break, guys, let's set up a giveaway real quick.
Yeah.
That's a fair point, Voodoo.
Oh, not. You want to go with stream?
I've had that 37 gold in my wallet for like the whole campaign.
Burning a hole in his pocket.
Dude, real talk, even if we put all of our gold together, we wouldn't be able to afford that thing.
You don't know how much gold I have.
Oh, if Rendal's got gold, then that's a different story, but...
Yeah, I've got 10.
I don't know. We haven't
literally spent every copper that I had, like everything down to the copper that I had on that bow, or on my bow.
No, you
Lead in a
didn't.
shitload of coin on her or something.
Before we got paid, or
Yep.
before we actually like got a lot of money.
You got it. You just need to know. I just need to know if it's in the bag of holding or not. I just put it in our chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Take away. Wait, did we get this money before or after Abel?
Yes, but nobody told me if they were keeping it, if they wanted it
That's
on
true.
themselves, or if they wanted it in the bag of holding.
I
I
think
So
we all
will
just
I'm
not
kept
leaving
it in
it
the bag
up
of
to you,
holding.
Trey.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I definitely did not have that much money on me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so...
I mean, you
Literally
guys
just
have
been
a
putting all
decent
my
amount.
gold in.
Theoden has
Yeah,
been
I
hoarding.
know.
Literally.
Yeah. She's got like a shitload.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
guys,
this
we're
is
on
per
break.
person?
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna
on
do
break.
the
I mean,
giveaway.
Yes, that is per person.
Okay, so
Cool,
what
cool,
we're gonna
cool.
do now is we are gonna do the giveaway. I am adding a giveaway. It is gonna be a custom one. This is for the
King?
King. Right.
Mhm.
Is that what it is?
Yep, that's right.
Mer
Merkin.
King. Yep.
Merkin.
Not that.
Merchandise.
Right, Merkin.
King.
Enter
Okay.
for your chance to win a Merkin.
And this is going to be for subscribers only. We're gonna add it, and we are gonna start it up. All right. Where's it? Giveaway Icewind Dale. Giveaway Merking. Start giveaway.
Good
Oh.
luck, everybody.
Hold on. I think I have to end the last giveaway. Did it not go through? This is not the winner. Give me a second. This is the last giveaway. For some reason, it is active. Sorry, Yotane. Give me 1 second. For some reason.
Feels
Fuck.
bad, man.
Off. What is going on?
Yotane's gonna win again, anyways.
I hope so. The giveaway. Okay, complete. There we go. Now we can do this giveaway. Merking set. Perfect. Okay, so now if you guys type in exclamation point, what is it, Trey?
Waffle?
Raffle. No. Raffle.
Falafel.
Exclamation point
Falafel.
raffle. Exclamation point raffle. You guys could be entered to win this beautiful set that is currently over my face.
Good luck, everybody. Blah, 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 blah.
Ooh, so pretty.
Next month, we're giving away my used septum ring.
Oh no!
What
No!
the fuck?
Oh god!
It's worth a lot of
No!
money, man.
I don't agree.
No.
I thought it was another set
It
of
will
metal
never
dice.
be clean
but
enough.
I guess I was wrong.
Guys,
It'll
exclamation point
never be clean
raffle.
enough.
Exclamation point raffle, guys, if you want to be put into the drawing to win
Shiny.
this awesome set
Shiny.
of dice. We have 16 viewers, guys. We can get more than 3 people entered, please. Let's get more people. Exclamation point raffle, please. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? If we don't get more than 3 people, good luck for the 33.33% chance of winning, which is pretty fucking
Repeating, of
crazy.
course.
Repeating, of course.
Get out of here, nerd.
I'm gonna set this off side of my face.
Such a nerd, Brad.
Here we go.
Sometimes.
But my Prime sub isn't free till the 9th. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, unfortunately, this is for subscribers only. But if you subscribe to the channel, I guarantee you next month we will be doing another dice giveaway. So
True.
stay tuned for that, and you can win that dice set as well. So, and as you can see, it's not a fucking difficult thing to do. We have 3 people currently entered to win this set. Yeah. And that's after 2 minutes of trying to get this to go through here.
Shiny.
And of course, how did I know that the second someone said,
Someone was gonna do
God
it.
damn it. Okay, well, we got two
It's a regular
people.
thing here.
We got 2 people. So, oh my God, calm down, guys. You guys are goofs. Hype train incoming on top of everything.
So girl, yeah, make sure you do exclamation point raffle.
Yeah, so Sue Girl, now that you are subscribed to the channel, exclamation point raffle, and you can have a 25% chance of winning this.
Wait a minute.
Outlaw Jester, wait a minute. I was just gifted a sub by Ray. Congratulations. You can also enter, if you would like, Lawfully Good Apple with the gift sub to 710 Rigger. So thank you very much to Ray. Thank you very much to Allie. And thank you very much to Shiny. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and call it. It has been almost 4 minutes since we've started. And I think that 4 people, if more people wanted to enter, they would enter. But let's go ahead and call it now. Good luck to everybody that entered. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and stop the drawing.
Usually the newbies that get the dice.
Yeah, a lot of times that happens. All right, here we go. We're going to close the entries. And we are going to pick a winner. So on 3, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to 1, 2, and...
Voodoo.
Voodoo! Woo!
Voodoo, the things that you do.
Pax with a gift sub to Martha Stewart. No, wait. Martha Zoo.
Tazu.
Marthazu. Marthazu.
Next character confirmed.
Oh God.
Yes.
Level 1 hype train completed, and congratulations, Voodoo. I assume Seth can get with you, but if you're not already, please join our Discord and get with Ray.
Yes.
And she will... Hey, thank you for the bits, Sue Girl. Appreciate it. Thank you for the 10
See what
biddies.
happens when you stay up past 4 a.m.?
There you go. You stay up past 4
You win metal
a.m.
dice.
and you win some excellent metal dice. Now, being that you do live in Straya, the shipping on these are probably going to be insane. So I'm going to be chipping in to make sure that the shipping is taken care of. All right there, Ray?
I mean,
No,
maybe,
it's
whatever.
it's probably going to be crazy. So I will pitch in to make sure that it's taken care of. Okay, so
Yes.
let's see. Good on you.
I can just
Voodoo
swim
Bomb.
it down for them.
Oh, just swim it. Yeah, it'll be there in a few years.
I'll swim it down.
Pay for my plane ticket and send me to Australia. It'd be super.
Yeah, we'll meet
I'll
up in
hand deliver
person.
'em.
I'll just hand it over to you. Okay, that's on that note, congratulations again to Voodoo, and we will get started again here in just a little bit. Guys, go ahead and take this time to go to the restroom, grab a drink, and we will continue on to figure out what everybody else is doing in Bryn Shander when we return. Thank you, guys. Oh, also, Shiny, you need to go back and watch what happened at the start of this stream right now. Right when Grimly is getting talked to about what happened after the recap. All right, we'll be right back.
Nod, nod.
This stream pretty good.
I think it's fun.
This stream pretty good.
I mean, it's okay.
Oh, I forgot.
Charging battery. Powering off.
I'll post it on the Discord, but I forgot to show you guys Alanu's dice.
Okay, what have I missed?
Sad
Missed
champ.
the end of the campaign, Seth.
We won. We won D&D.
Yay. So, completely unrelated, but like just for the party, I was looking up the Merking dice, so like if I can find a picture to like help Dan out, and I came across some really gorgeous dice, and now I'm like, damn it, why?
Merking.
Like I found Nordic rune dice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Also, I've got to like genuinely debate something now. If like this thing is magical, I'm gonna have to like have Kinrava genuinely think about something.
Yeah, and it probably is, I think, just magical, but I don't know. Technically, cursed items are magical. And it depends on how it gets the souls of the damned. Do you have to damn yourself to use the bow? And it slowly starts sapping away your soul?
If it is magical, I got an idea what it is.
In the...
I'm guessing it might be a dragon wing bow.
That would be cool. I'm gonna post the picture of the dice. The D10 is missing at the moment because I didn't finish it. I was up really late last night polishing dice, and that just
Oh
did
hey,
not...
hype train!
Thank you. Hey, hype train! Woo-hoo. But if y'all check out the dice porn in our Discord, you'll see the picture of Alano's dice, minus the D10.
And they are gorgeous, guys.
Because I was
Go
tired.
see. Also, real talk, I'm eating ice cream right now. It's from a shop nearby called King Cone. And this ice cream is amazing.
Ooh.
You know, considering that Grimly is still wearing pitch black armor, this was kind of ironic for him.
There is still a little bit of paper towel on that one. Yep, there.
Powering on. Mic off.
Okay, I am back.
We had a hype train.
Yeah, I think we had a hype train like right before I left with Pax's last stub. So we've had 2 hype trains this fucking stream. Hello?
I think we had another one.
Did we? Oh, we had to have
think
with
so.
that huge donation. Well, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Yotane, I'm gonna get back to you after the stream, via either Discord or something. And I would like to thank you personally afterwards. So, let's see.
Yoda's a legend.
Oh, for sure. And I will be doing something very special for the people who help get to PAX. I will be doing something special for you guys at PAX. So you guys keep an eye out on the content that will be coming up for our adventures in PAX. And for those who help me get there, you guys will get a little extra something as well.
He is playing as a female lizard folk barbarian in my Sunday campaign.
Hell yeah. I played a female lizard folk, a female lizard folk cleric, a death cleric, who played just like a tribalistic shaman. It was
Well, he was fighting
by far-
werewolves and he didn't have them. Yeah,
Sorry.
he was fighting werewolves and didn't have a magic item, so he just beat the werewolves with another dead werewolf. Which, since the werewolf is technically magical.
Oh Christ. YV. Ruiner of really cool dwarven ambushes. I'll say that literally the lizard folk cleric that I played was literally my favorite moment in D&D ever.
Didn't they go around collecting body parts?
I think I've explained it to you guys before. I'm not sure if I have, but it was my favorite moment in D&D. Basically, we fought a dragon, and I went down, and it was the end of the campaign because my friend was being shipped out from who's it? From in the military. He was moving bases, and this was our last episode, like our last campaign. And so our DM had set up a scenario where we would find the treasure or whatever and beat whatever we needed, and then a dragon would appear and like chase us off, basically. And we're like, dude, this is the last episode. Let's fucking fight this thing. Let's go out with a bang. Like, we're goofy lizard folk. Like, we were a group of lizard folk. So it's like, we're goofy lizard folk who really don't know better or give a damn or just like, we'll fight to the death kind of thing. And so we fought this dragon, and out of the entire party, the barbarian was still alive, and I had just dropped. So everybody was down on death throws, and the barbarian was the only one standing. The dragon was going to make a killing blow on me, and I said, look, is there any way I can get out of this? This is our last campaign. Is there any way I can get out of this? And the DM kind of like rolled his eyes and he goes, look, if you can roll a natural 20, I'll let you get up and try and dodge the attack. And I was like, okay, all right, here we go. And fucking lo and behold, I roll the dice and it's a fucking natural 20. The entire table like roared in like incitement, and I got up and like ran around the entire house like yelling like ah, like screaming, and the DM is like dumbfounded that I rolled a 20 and now he has to deal with it. Anyways, I was a cleric and I ended up resurrecting the rest of the team, and we defeated the fucking dragon afterwards. And it was like the coolest moment in my D&D like playback history. So fucking awesome.
Hell yes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Voodoo's paladin is like determined to die, and he just no. No.
My dwarf is a tank that wants to die desperately so he can join his wife in the afterlife. God, the party keeps ruining his goal. Oh no.
That's like the opposite of Abel.
Yep.
Yeah.
He desperately didn't want to die so he could join his wife in the current life.
I'll be honest with you.
5% chance of something happening is not at all small. That is very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So I flipped a coin to like be like, should I be a dick about this statue? I was gonna make it in the shape of like Abel running away
Pantsless.
from the Chewinga with
With his pants down. His dick out.
Love that.
But I was like, you know what? No, this is a
it's cold
sad
outside.
moment.
I promise, it's cold.
Abel just helicopter dicking and frozen in space.
Jesus Christ.
And stable.
Voodoo is a add that to the ring.
I see a Leodon.
And Sue Girl Yay actually joined as well. Awesome.
She did. Welcome to
Thank
the
you
family.
for joining.
Welcome, guys.
He do be schmoovin' though.
All right.
Sorry, had to say hi to family.
No worries. No
They got
worries.
here while we were
Ray.
screaming.
This is more important.
We are
I
going
mean,
to
I
be,
know.
We're going to be ending here in about 45 minutes or so. My daughter is coming back into town. I haven't seen my daughter. This is the truth.
Aw.
I have not seen my daughter in like 2.5 years. Not face to face, at least. COVID interrupted us. I lived in Germany, and there was literally no way to get her to come over and see us. So the very first time in 2.5 years that I'm getting to see my daughter, and I'm super excited. She comes in like a few hours, so I need enough time to go drive to the airport and go pick her up. So,
Are you gonna run a
yes,
little
dude.
game for them or for her?
I would die if she was like, yeah, totally, let's do it. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I mean, I'm like, my heart kind of fluttered just thinking about it right then. I didn't even think about offering it, and now I want to. So
She joined in a game that we played when we were doing what was it?
Tomb?
Tomb of Annihilation.
Tomb of Annihilation.
Mhm.
She was a little Aarakocra. It's so cute.
She was a little kid Aarakocra. And she helped you. She literally saved Allie's life.
I fell off that damn cliff so many times.
Allie was playing like a very clumsy gnome, and this gnome fell off the side of a fucking cliff, and she was playing an Aarakocra, and she's like, "Can I save her?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And she flew down and grabbed her before she fell.
Well, now I fully understand why Allie quickly saved Leodin when the bridge fell.
Absolutely.
All right.
That is the worst way.
On that note, it is. Yeah, it is. It really is. All right. On that note, I think Abel might argue with that, but on that note, let's go ahead and bring it back. He can't argue. Oh no.
He can't argue anything.
That's even worse. All right. Thank you guys for joining us again. Welcome back, everybody, from the break. I hope you had a nice little time to go use the restroom, grab a drink, grab a snack, as we pull back in to Icewind. Wow, Brad and I almost synchronously drank water, and that was weird. So,
to the point that I thought that we had to hydrate.
I thought the same.
I was like, dude, did I miss something?
No, okay, that was just funny. All right. Camera pans over to the House of the Morning Lord.
Oh,
the House of the Morning Lord is actually untouched, thanks to Leodin, who had found a nice location for the children to be safe. The children and the injured and the unable were able to find location safety under Leodin's wing during the attack, and luckily now find that the House of the Morning Lord has been completely untouched.
Cool.
Is that?
Are you doing anything? Are you just staring at it from the outside?
Oh, I'm gonna go inside.
Okay.
Well, is there anybody outside?
No, there's nobody currently outside. You just see maybe passerbys, but nobody like that is sticking out outside of the building.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go inside.
Okay. You walk inside and you see that the inside has been converted into not necessarily an infirmary of sorts, but mostly a spot of respite for anybody that doesn't have a home or anybody that is slightly injured, that might need help or assistance in day-to-days. And you walk in, there's little kids running around, and it seems joyful. People are happy. You see smiles, kind of people talking back and forth, and everything like that. The only thing that is reminiscent of the old Morning Lord, or the House of the Morning Lord, is the shrine at the end of the first floor. There is a large shrine to, excuse me if I get it wrong again, but it's Aminator, or Amanator, however you pronounce it. But that is the Morning Lord trying to the on the other. You currently see that a person in robes is currently serving a bit of soup to a couple of individuals that are sitting in pots side by side. And you know this as Mishan, of the House of the Morning Lord. You see that there is a rock gnome that is currently sitting up on the side, on the side, kind of set up to the side a little bit. That is currently sitting on a stool, working on a table. that is currently trying to write something down, but it has about 3 or 4 kids just dancing around him, bothering him, and he's like trying to get them to go away.
I'm gonna go over to Michonne.
Mhm.
Greetings. I am back.
He turns around. Ah, welcome back. Did you find what you were looking for?
In a sense, yes. I'm at the Winter's Inn. They are everything I wished and more.
From the little time that we got to spend with Grimly, it seemed like might be good people. Theoden also helped us within it. And he was amazing. So I assume the company they keep is the same.
What race is what race is Michonne?
She is. It does not say in the book, so I don't even think I'm not sure if we did in the first few episodes.
I think you told me they were both gnomes, but I can't remember.
Oh, she's definitely not a gnome. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
no?
Yeah, she is not a gnome.
Is she an elf?
No, I would say let's go ahead and make her a. What is the cow people?
Furbolg.
Furbolg. They're
yeah.
not actually cow people. They're just like kind of imaged that way in 5e, which kind of is like a weird thing. Like
They're like
that's totally not
giant
what they are.
fae kind
They're
of
they're just
thing.
like they're giant. They're supposed to be giant kin. But anyways, yeah, you can see that she has kind of like bent down cow ears or whatever. But she is Furbolg.
So she said that Leiden helped a lot, and then
Yeah, Leiden and Grimly. Well, Grimly didn't help per se, but
it's always inspiring me what humans decide to do with their life. They have such little time here. It's an inspiration to see all that they've accomplished with such short lifespans, unlike you and I. How is everyone doing? Have we had any deaths?
he goes, "Oh, luckily in the time that you've been gone, nobody has passed. But still do have sick and injured, fortunately.
Any elderly?
Roll a D100 for me.
Oh God. 90.
Woo! There is an elderly man,
Yes.
and he is 90 years old.
Hell yes.
And she goes, yes, Steve Brennan is still around with us. Although
And
he
how is he faring?
seems more lively than the rest of us, to be honest.
Does he have any family that survived?
Kind of looks down. Shakes her head.
Will you take me to him?
Of course. And she like finishes giving the soup to the individual she was messing with. They thank her, nod their heads, and go back to the conversation they were having. You pass by Copper Knobberknocker, and he's like, "I swear by all the 9 hells! Get away from me! I'm trying to work!" And you pass by. The kids all laugh and run away. Shoot, 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 shoot!
I laugh too.
The kids all like run underneath and through your legs and shit. You make your way towards the other side of the room, and currently, like, staring outside of one of the windows, is an elderly man that has a cane that he is leaning on, like he has it against his chest, and he's just staring, just longingly through the window. Brennan.
Okay, and
Oh, good.
Nope, you got it.
Okay.
Go for it.
He approaches and she says, "Brennan, you have a visitor." Turns slowly, looks at you.
I just got a big smile on my face. Greetings, Brennan. My name is Arundel Adana. May I have a
Please forgive
bit of
me.
your time?
I don't recall meeting you.
Oh, we have not met before, but I am excited to meet you. May I
A
have
smile kind of creeps against his.
may I have some of your time? I'd like to ask you some questions.
Yes, please.
And he just points over to a cot next to you that seems to be open. And he slowly walks over there, places his cane on the
I'll
ground.
rush over and sort of help him sit down.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Erendal, was it?
Yes, it is. Brennan Erendal Adana.
Anna. Wonderful name.
Thank you. May I ask, and I know this is a bit frank, who all did you lose?
He looks down at the ground.
I lost a lot. My wife, she died years ago before the attack. Lost her to cold. Old age and cold is not a good combination. But recently, with the dragon's attack, I lost my 2 sons and my daughter.
If you don't mind, Brennan, I would love to write your story, write about your family, some of your greatest memories, if that's all right with you.
I don't know what this old man can offer you in terms of a story. I am not an adventurer of sorts.
All stories are great, whether short or long, large or small.
You see him bow his head down, kind of hiding his eyes. But all you see is like a teardrop drop from his face and land on the ground.
I'll just sort of put my hand on his shoulder. And then I'll reach in and pull a small journal and quill and ink out of my bag. A thick journal. Old. And I'll flip through a large portion of it until I get to an open page.
Yeah. And he'll look up at you.
Danica. Danica was her name. My wife, she was beautiful.
And we kind of fade into his story.
No, let's hear the whole thing, Dan.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Dan, come on.
It all started when I was 3.
Darkness, and then a light.
So yeah, he goes into his long haul story of his life.
Yeah, and I'm just writing everything down and all the good and the bad, whatever he feels like telling me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just chronicling it.
You see Mishan, she was also shedding a tear while listening to the conversation. She wipes her tear and she continues to go on and deal with the sick while the conversation goes.
And I'm just trying to urge him, to relive all these moments. However long that takes.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll take a while. Guy's 90. Got a lot of stories behind him.
Yep. I've got centuries.
Yeah, sure. All right.
To wait.
Leodin, you sit up underneath the tree that you have found on somewhat of the outskirts of the city. You're about 2 blocks away from like the border line of the large palisade that makes up the side. You sit there. Cuckoo has kind of started to sniff around, looking for possible food or a location to kind of sit. He sits next to you. He kind of leans in towards you, looks at you with like puppy dog eyes, nose down and eyes up. Are you okay?
No, probably not.
Want to talk about it?
Not particularly. But I've got a question for you. since nobody else is around. And I'll take a look around to make sure that nobody's within listening range.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Please, may I? That is a 23. Is that how math works? That is how math works. A
Oh, it's a
23.
good thing. Okay. You do notice there is somebody listening. As you look around the corner, you can see that small child is hiding behind kind of like one of the walls of a nearby building, and it is just like forehead and eyes just leaning out over the side of the building looking at you.
My demeanor will immediately shift and I'll go, "Hi. Do you want to come over?"
The eyebrows like whoop shoot up the second you say hi and notice her, and she kind of comes out and she has like her hands behind her back and she has like a nice puffy, really puffy hood over her head. And she kind of looks over at you and she looks down at the ground and kicks the ground and she's like, sorry.
It's all right. But, do you want to meet Cuckoo?
She looks over and she goes, you remember me?
I do. Weren't you one of the people that I helped before the dragon attack?
She shakes her head.
Yeah. I don't remember your name, though. What's your name?
Julie.
Julie, what a great name.
I know.
Do you want to come over and sit? And I'll, pat the snow next to me, but I'll take the cloak that I don't really need and, stretch it out so she can sit not on the snow.
She comes over and, gets closer to you. And when she gets closer to you, she looks at you and stops. Says, are you okay?
Are you talking about these? So, you know how I do some adventuring?
Yeah.
I did something while I was adventuring and it made my eyes like this. But I'm the same person. And it doesn't hurt. It just looks really weird, doesn't it?
Yeah. Really weird.
I know. So I'll close my eyes if you want me to.
No, it's okay.
But I can. They're just normal. They're just weird looking now.
Okay. She comes and skips on over to you. She sits down, and Cuckoo, buries his head inside of her stomach, and she giggles.
So this is Cuckoo. He
Stop.
can talk. I know, isn't he?
Cuckoo just, has his head in her belly still, rolling around, and then, flops his butt down onto the snow next to her and just starts kicking his feet into the snow.
He's also really silly. So what are you doing out here, Julie?
Then just saw you walking, and I just wanted to say hi, and wanted to thank you, for saving me and my mom.
Oh, darling, you don't have to thank me. I was going to do it whether I was able to save 2 people or 2 million people. Do you think 2 million people ever lived in Icewind Dale?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
Is
your mom okay?
Yeah. She's the one that wanted me to say, thank you, because she said that you, risked your life to help us and killed the bad dragon.
Well, it wasn't just me. I had some help. I'm not that great.
Mom says you're the best.
Your mom's really kind.
Yeah. You're really pretty.
Look at you get all the compliments. Thank you very much. I think you're pretty. I bet you're smart too.
Yeah. Not really.
Yeah? I bet you are. I bet there's a lot of stuff that you're really smart about.
I'm pretty good at hide and seek.
You are? Do you want to play right now?
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. But here's the deal. Cuckoo's gonna find you, so you have to hide really well, okay?
Okay.
Alright? I'll do
Okay.
the counting, but Cuckoo's gonna find you. And I'll
Okay.
look at Cuckoo just to make sure he's okay with this.
Cuckoo looks and he's like, I don't know what hide and seek is. And she freaks out. She's like, ah! It talks and she's like, oh my gosh, it talked.
No, I know. It's okay. He does talk. But the Cuckoo, I'll explain hide and seek. But basically, she's gonna go and hide. You know what hide means, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, she's gonna go and hide, and then you're gonna find her.
Okay.
But you can't eat her.
Oh, okay.
That's not the goal of the game. And I'll give him part of a ration and use a little prestidigitation to make it smell like rabbit.
Okay.
So this is so you don't eat her.
He just takes it and nibbles on it and finishes it off. And he's like, okay, go hide, I guess. And she's like wide-eyed, like looking at Cuckoo. And she's like, okay. And she just runs off.
All right,
she-
I'm gonna count.
She disappears.
Okay, so Cuckoo, before I start counting, I did have a question for you.
Yeah?
Why would you have been in my dream? And why would you have told me to keep my family out of your domain?
What do you mean? In your dream?
So, yeah, you were.
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember the name of the person, of your friend that made you able to talk?
That's a good callback. I should definitely know this. That, yeah, absolutely I do know that.
So, I'll tell you what. Is it any of these 4 people?
Okay. This is fun.
Was it? I know.
Okay.
Was it Dazan?
No.
Was it Nas?
Mm-mm.
Was it Velany?
No.
I don't think so. Okay, great. Was it Avris?
Nope, that doesn't sound familiar.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't them.
Nope.
Okay, Cuckoo, you're about to go. Ready?
Sure.
Ready or not, here he comes! Don't find her real fast. Just pretend to find her real slow.
His eyes narrow at you. Roll a persuasion.
Okay. 20.
Oh, fuck off.
2.
He just
I
like
rolled a 17.
you see him and he like Lane. And he's like slowly just starts like walking off in the direction that she's in. You can literally clearly see her like she had jumped in a barrel like close by and she's just like peeking at you. On his way there, he like turns and looks at you and like looks back at her and like diverges a little bit and like goes in the opposite direction.
Oh man, this Arctic fox likes me. When he kills the rest of them, I think he'll keep me as a slave.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. All right, and we cut back
Can the
over.
rest of the campaign? Can the rest of the campaign be Ray talking to children? To lead in just talking to children, because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Very believable.
Awesome.
That was great. What
It's
a
not
good
like
child
I've got 8
NPC.
nieces and nephews.
What a good child NPC. All right. Again, we cut back over to you now as you do your goodiness inside of the room. Are you doing anything else in particular besides the transferring of the books?
She was gonna.
If not, that's totally fine.
She was. I'm just trying to figure out if she's gonna do it now or. She's gonna do it later. Yeah, later.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
never
problem.
mind. So yeah, by the
Good.
Yeah, by the time they find her, she would just be literally floating in the air with like her legs crossed, with like
Hell yeah.
the two books floating in front of her as like
yeah.
the ink is like flowing back into her book from Velanice.
That's awesome. Yeah, very what you call it, Scarlet Witch style. You are floating in the air, and like
Pretty much,
runes
yeah.
and symbols kind of floating around you as the ink kind of flows into the book.
Mhm.
So in walks in Grimly and Olanu, and they are like conversing with each other, and they find you floating in the air, and you slowly come down back to the ground when you notice them.
We found a bow that would be interesting for Grimly, but there may be well, there's definitely an issue of price. But then
Is it
also,
the dwarves?
Yeah, it is.
Good. I've been meaning to burn down their place. All right, let's go.
Okay, that was easy.
Maybe not.
I'll think about it. And she like prepares fireball in her hand as she like leaves the inn.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're leaving the inn, and like Scramshax's face is just like, as you leave.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. And you guys take off towards the, I guess, going back to the blades.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear the pinging of metal yet again against the iron as you open and approach, and of course you can open the door if you like.
Yeah, she'll open the door and just go, all right, what am I dealing with?
In. All right. Hey. Here. And he already has the bow like ready to go and just places it on the table. This thing magical?
Well, first she's going to read the runes, and she's like, oh, that's a...
Yeah.
Not a positive message, but...
Not really.
Sure, and she'll cast Detect Magic over it.
Okay. Yeah, Detect Magic, you clearly see that this is a magical bow, for sure. And you would get, what is it? What is, like, elemental damage again? I forgot what it is.
Evocation?
Evocation. You see evocation magic emanating from it.
Right.
You also would get a tinge of transmutation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, transmutation.
There's something clinging to this. Would you mind if I just quickly examined it for any sort of curse magic, please?
Aye, that's what you're here for. You said it's probably cursed.
Let's have a look-see. And she, like, raises her hand over it, and she's cast Identify.
You cast Identify. Okay. Your Identify comes back as this item, being known as Dragon Wing Bow. The tips of the magic bow are shaped like dragon's faces, dragon's head. I said the one is like, oh, hi, son. Can I help you?
Aww.
Where's Leodin at when you need her?
He's stealing my
Right
my
here,
top hat.
tag me in.
He's taking my top hat. Oh, that's man. Mommy, come. Play. You can play. Oh, all the books are falling. Oh no. Okay. You know it is the Dragon Wing Bow. And currently, you see that it is infused with the essence of a strange dragon, a shadow dragon. When you hit with it, you can roll a +2 to your attack and damage.
Hi, Queen Bee. Bye, Queen.
Yeah, hi, Queen. Okay. And you can deal an extra 1d6 of damage on a hit, dealing necrotic damage.
D6?
Yep, 1d6. And on top of that, do not have to load any ammunition into it, as once you are attuned to it, the weapon produces its own dark arrows that are automatically created, one piece at a time.
What?
So I'm going to assume on the way over here, Kinrafa would have heard how much they were charging for this thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So while she's still using Identify, and when Kinrafa casts Identify, like the objects sort of in the air a little bit as her eyes sort of glow purplish and like runes will flutter around it. She's like keeping this going for a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
And she's like,
you see that you can see that guard is getting impatient. He's like, well, what do you see? What do you see?
and she's like thinking for a really, really long time about how much that she likes her party members compared to her own moral code right now.
Okay.
And she's like, and then she speaks up once more and she says, in the name of Lord Jareth J. Jareth, Shadow Dragon Lord of Chalsin, City of Worm Shadows, Lord of House Jaret, first of the Drow Dragons, all who lay eyes upon this bow shall be marked for death. I shall swallow their soul into eternal shadow, and leave naught by husks devoid of soul's light in my wake.
Garn starts backing the fuck up with like a hands in the air as you say this. What was that?
So it's cursed then.
Look, it sounds cursed.
This bow comes from an incredibly dangerous shadow dragon, who is now actively seeking it.
Garn is like, his head is like shaking like back and forth to the left and right. He runs over to the window and looks up into the air. Well, what do we do?
I may...
Can you destroy it? Get it out of here!
Would you be alright if I took this with me so I can actually safely dispose of it?
Roll a deception check, please.
Please give her advantage.
You know what? I'll give her advantage for that fucking speech that you gave at the end.
What the fuck was that? That wasn't scripted?
It's not like I totally use my inspiration to like help her out too.
No, she got it.
Okay.
Also, Trey, don't forget you have DM inspiration at any time still.
I've got it, Mark.
Got it.
So that is a 23.
Woo!
Also, confirmed, Seth is a real-life demon lord, because he just thought of that off the top of his head. What the fuck, Seth?
Fuck, he is a demon lord.
And the dark shall emerge from the fiery depths of hell.
Wait, how old are you? 10,000?
Exactly.
He's the Taliesin of the group,
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, Seth. Or, excuse me, Kid. You see the look of kind of like fear on Garn's face. Sweat kind of starts to bead up on his forehead. And he like reaches around the corner and says, he grabs like a shovel, basically like around the corner, and he has like a spade in his hand. He goes, should we bury it? What should we do with it?
I will take it with us, and I should be able to... It'll take me about a week, but I might be able to remove the curse on this thing, in which case it will return to a normal item. However, it should divert the attention of whatever creature this is bound to away from whoever has touched it.
Get it the hell away from me. Last thing I need is another dragon.
Fair enough, then. And she's like going to take the bow, and she'll go, since I will be dispelling it, do you want me to at least still pay for the bow itself?
I mean, if you'd want to pay for it, yeah, absolutely.
Very enough.
Sure,
well,
we
then,
wanna take
she
that
will
with
give
us.
him... She'll give him 5 gold.
Yeah, you put 5 gold on the table, and he kind of goes,
Guess it's a disposal fee.
Thank you. I'll make sure to make this as well away from you.
And
And
he
she, like,
he runs back into the other room, and he forcefully opens the door, looks back there, and Elsa, it was cursed. It was horrible. He says there's a whole shadow dragon in it, and he was going to attack us. She goes, get out of here, and I'm working.
Kinrava's gonna make a show of casting Mage Hand to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, walk out of the shop with it, and she's just, motioning for the other two to follow.
You just hear them kind of, going on and on about, the Shadow Dragon and, how stupid they were for picking it up and, how they probably shouldn't do it again. At least double check before they bring it in, blah, 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 that kind of stuff.
And she's going to, leave the store, and she's going to motion for, Grimly and Olanu to follow her.
Yeah.
And then, when they're a fair distance away from the shop, she's just going to be like, it's not cursed.
Wow, that was a really good performance. Then.
Oh, don't get me wrong. This is still touched by a shadow dragon, but it gives you benefits of the shadow dragon's power. It does not curse you. And just for the record, and she's going to turn back, I can count the number of times I have lied in my life on one hand. I can now count that as one of them. Keep that in mind, how much I value you.
Both Grimly and Olanu just look at each other confused. Okay.
You're positive it's not cursed?
Oh, it's not. It's not cursed. It's a bow that doesn't require ammunition. It fires dark arrows that inflict necrotic damage, similar to a necromancer.
So should we go pay them for it?
No, fuck those dwarves. They've ripped us off enough. Think of it this way. In the honor of Helm, they have been doing nothing but criminal acts since they've gotten to this place. Between the shoddy armor of the number of people they've likely ended up killing, the shoddy weapons which have likely broken in people's hands as they try to fight their enemies, and the sheer amount of gold they have likely ripped someone off.
I mean, those arrows that I shot at the dragon were pretty bad.
Exactly my point. So, if you ask me, I consider this a founder's fee for not killing them, because I want to.
Huh.
And besides, I just gave them gold. I legally paid for it. I'm lending this to you, Grimly. So here you go.
You guys can literally see Garn, peeking out of the window, staring at you all while you're talking.
Yeah.
Kinrava's going to, since he's not looking at us, she's going to, wave her hand a little bit under her arms, and she's going to cast Silent Image.
Okay.
She's going to make two large purple draconic eyes just, briefly flash on the window, and then she's going to, just make them fade.
Gonna give this man a heart attack.
Garn freaks the fuck out and smashes his fist through the window and fucking runs away into the other room.
We gotta get out of here.
Here you go.
And run into the other room.
This is very...
Kinrava's got the biggest smile possible right now as she's like, here you go.
I'll just take
now, if
it.
You don't...
Sometimes I worry about you, Kinrava.
Oh, honey, many people should. But I'm going to go back to my room now. I've got a few things I need to make for everyone.
Okay, I'm going to go finish up talking about Percy's armor, hopefully.
Oh, I really should have waited until I finished with that.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
she was working. I think she was working on it.
Tell you what, here's 30 gold for you. Just in case you need to pay her more.
Okay. I'll go finish talking to him about Percy's armor and designing and everything.
Sure.
Kinrava's just going to saunter away. Back to her room.
So, you saunter off. I guess we pan zoom, cut everything over to transition over to the story that is being told. It's been about an hour and a half now, almost 2 hours. Several like cups of water later, he is finishing up his story, and he kind of just looks up at you, and he is in a state of like emotional like bliss. It is he's not it's tough to analyze exactly what he's feeling, but he's both like crying and smiling, and not hard or anything like that. Tears are just kind of running down his face as he speaks, and he just says, "You came up and spoke to me."
Thank you, Brennan.
He kind of shakes his head and he goes,
Thank you for listening.
and he slowly gets up and like puts his weight on his the cane or whatever to finally like stand up, and he's got like an arched back from age, and he slowly walks over to you, and he like reaches his hands up that are like shaking, and slowly kind of just reaches around and gives you a big hug.
Yep, I hug him back.
He goes,
May the gods bless you.
And you as well. Brennan, I don't know how much time you have left, to be blunt. But I hope you take comfort in that you and your family and your children and your children's children, you will not be forgotten. I will spread your tale.
small smile creeps across his face. He nods and sniffs.
Thank you.
He slowly starts to make his way back to the window.
I'll close up the book, sort of tuck it away. Start heading towards the doorway to leave and sort of stop for a second. Turn back and look at him.
You turn back and look,
Smile.
and yeah, you turn back and look, and he's staring just like blankly out the window, kind of almost in the same exact position from when you first arrived. And you see Mishan kind of like place her hand on his shoulder, and he looks over at her, and they start conversing.
And then I'll just sort of mutter to myself, what a story. And then I'll head back down.
You know that everybody was meeting up at the inn, so you can start heading back that way.
Mm-hmm.
Leoden, moments later after he had like left you, he then goes and rubs his nose on the side of the barrel, and she pops up and she goes, "Ah, you got me!" And he kind of looks over at you like, "I think I did it," and then he's like, "That was fun." Oh, and she kind of looks over to the side. I think I need to go. I think Mom said to be back soon.
Okay, please tell your mom that I said hello.
I can't wait to tell her everything we talked about. A talking fox. And she jumps up and like runs away. Bye, Cuckoo, she says as she runs. Cuckoo slowly kind of walks and
Cuckoo
saunters
says
back over to
bye.
you. He looks up and he's like, "You won't hear me."
Doesn't matter.
Bye.
Thank you.
Didn't hear me.
I know.
You sure you're okay? There's something weird
No.
about Beam.
I know. You were in it. My family was in it.
Your family?
And
You have a family?
I do.
What are they like?
They're really loud. And they laugh a lot.
He sits down and his tail starts swiping some.
And there's a lot of smiles. And my mom makes the best stew. And we travel all over the place. And we make people smile.
Where are they now?
I don't know. I can't get out of here. I'm stuck here with you, Cuckoo.
I'm sorry.
No, I like you. There's no reason to be sorry. I don't like being stuck, though.
Well, how do we get you unstuck?
We've got to end the nighttime.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
Yeah. But we lost
you
part
know,
of the people.
you know, my friend, he says that the nighttime's gonna last forever, though.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Cuckoo, is your friend's name Ariel?
I don't know. Never said her name.
Alright.
She's
Do you still
she's really pretty
see
though.
her sometimes? Oh, I don't doubt it. Anybody that gets to talk to you would have to be.
Yeah. I mean, almost every night.
You talk to her every night? That would be amazing.
Almost.
Almost.
See, a lot of times
Hey,
people
Cuckoo.
forget about me, and I just go unseen for a long time. When she
I
pops up,
never forget about you. I just sometimes don't say it.
oh, I know, but I'm just easy to miss in a crowd sometimes.
It's because you're so wily, Cuckoo. You blend in.
You can see him doing a sneaky face, digging it.
See? See? I know.
She seems really
But
nice though.
anyway. Your friend?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Do you know why she says the night will last all the time?
I don't know why,
Okay.
but says that she could use my help
How you gonna help her?
by keeping you safe.
Oh, thanks,
She
Cuckoo.
says that I should tell her what you've been up to. That way, she can keep you safe.
Well, you've got a good friend.
He is.
Hey, Cuckoo, do you think you could do me a favor? We can't find our axe beaks. Do
Oh.
you think you could go find them, but don't eat them, and just tell me where they are? I'm gonna be, and I tell him, where the inn is. I'm gonna be up there. Could you tell me? It can be our secret.
Tell you where the axe beaks are?
Our axe beaks. You know what they smell like.
Mhm.
Could you find them?
I could try.
Tell you what. If you try, I'll give you 4, and I pull out rations. 4 of these.
Okay.
And I'll do my best to make them taste like rabbit.
You can see his whole body is vibrating at this point, and he looks around and he's like, and he just runs and takes off.
Don't forget, I'll be up there, Cuckoo.
Okay. In the distance, you see one person that was really close to him when he yelled "okay" freak out, jump for a second and slam against the wall, and he just continues to run.
Yeah, say anything to help him feel better.
Yeah, he
I
just looks.
just
He looks
get-
between you and the fox like several times, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
I'll get up very slowly and start slowly making my way towards wherever we agreed to meet.
Yeah, at the end. Ken, anything else?
I'm guessing everyone's coming to the inn now. So essentially, actually, yeah, she's gonna cast Send in.
Yeah.
And she's going to cast Send in too, and I told you this before the stream.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
She's going to cast Send in to her older brother.
Rock on. Rock on.
Oh shit.
Okay. So you want to send it to your older brother.
You sneaky motherfuckers.
What are you saying?
Hello, bootlicker. Has father sent you out on your hunt yet?
Within like a few seconds of doing this, it doesn't even take that long, just a few seconds, you hear in your head,
You cut out then, Dan. She's going to cast Send in again, just so that she can say, I look forward to it. You've given me something to celebrate. Becoming an only child.
in your head,
Shows.
Holy shit.
and that's where we'll end today's session.
God fucking damn it, Seth.
Wow.
Oh my god, what a cool session,
The
man.
line. The line.
Yeah, we had some great one-liners today. Some really cool stuff. Oh man, some great dialogue. I loved the party split to kind of do their each individual kind of things. But he kind of got to say their final goodbyes to Abel, and we got to see a fucking awesome side of Arendelle. That's just fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
So
I like him.
the new party member, I cannot get over his one-liner every time he leaves the place or something like that. What a story. What a story. That hits me in the heart every time. That's like a Disney like effect every time you say it. It's so good. It's so good.
It's like Frozen or something.
It's like Frozen or something. No, it is really, really good. I love the character. So great. Good kudos to you for that. Also, some little insight on what the fuck has been going on with Cuckoo lately. So that's always fun.
God damn it.
The little bastard's been reporting us to around.
Oh,
So,
man.
It's gonna real suck when we kill him.
on that
Hey,
note,
Dan.
oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Where was this bow when Abel was alive? Can I
Brother,
just like
brother.
I was thinking the
Brother.
same thing.
How many times? How long were you away from 10 Towns?
I'm good.
Oh, God.
He was in Bryn Shander at one point.
So
To be fair, though, then it would have just froze with him. So,
We did lose a magical bow to him freezing. Wait, was it magical or was it just
Yeah.
really good?
No, it was
no, we lost a
magical.
magical curse ring, though.
My bow was
I'm gonna
just
keep that.
cool.
Yep.
It was Brahms' bow.
So
Oh, and our compass. Yeah,
it
our
was
compass.
Brahms'
Oh
bow.
yeah,
It
the
was Brahms'
compass.
bow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was Brahms' bow.
Wait,
You guys should check
would
out our
magical
one shot.
items be-
One shot, or not one shot. It was just like a side episode, basically with a guest character, where we had Rom the Dragonborn join us. So Anyways, thank you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, I really do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Guys, a great episode today. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for joining us. Keep an eye out for Running Wild stuff. What is it called? Nat1 is coming soon. You guys should be seeing the first episode come out either Monday or Tuesday time frame. Probably around Tuesday or Wednesday, excuse me. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Keep being your best selves. We'll see you next week. We are taking next week off, so it's going to be the week after that. Don't forget that. So we are taking next week off. Week after that. We'll see you then. We'll see you back in Icewind. I hope you have a great week, everybody, guys. Bye, 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 bye. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye.